I'm going way down yonder in the chat, hooch. Let's send you over to Honcho McDuggan. I think they're doing this podcast tonight. Get y'all over there. The Deadpool is streaming. You watch some of that, huh? You watch that shit. Zero Fire, huh? I've popped in there a few times. Honcho's hanging with Quinn. Yeah, we gotta head over to Honcho, dude. Boom. It's random as fuck. Let me tell you, Zero Fire, some of that Deadpool show, some of his scenes, top notch. I've looked at him and then tried to figure out how he does them. I just can't. I can't figure out how he does them.
That's my buddy Exo Bro. I'm watching his stream.
Zero Fire. Next time we'll have to host him.
That's true. You should watch Exo Bro do
good
stuff.
Ideas, dude. Good ideas.
He's talking about lots of fun stuff in the background of my stream.
Get over there. Give over Honcho McDuggan. Good out.
See that? And Honcho's a good guy too.
A good hello and a good kiss.
That's the spirit. You hear this man? You gotta follow Exo Bro. Spell with zeros.
You know, nothing sexual.
He's the best. It's true. He's keeping it clean over there. Oh, good lord.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight.
Hell yes. Always hang out with this man.
Watch me make this Sith holocron.
Oh, he's building a Sith holocron. It's fantastic.
Ciders we have, or how many light ciders we have in chat.
It's so good.
I've always been drawn to the dark side for some reason.
I myself a Jedi. Exo Bro.
Just the Star Wars lore, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of badass dudes on the dark side. Okay?
It's true.
You're gonna put that out there.
It's true.
Yeah, it's been a blast hanging out with you tonight, man.
I have a blast with Exo Bro every single week. I love it the most.
You believe it, Bonza.
Right? He's the best. My man, Exo Bro. He's bringing us over to a different chat. Oh, look at my shirt's a little wacky tonight. Goodness. Goodness. Let's peace out Exo Bro. Exo Bro's the best, right? Love him. All right, but now we're hanging out with me at your BFF. It's your best Frank forever. Toot 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 toot. How's it going? We're gonna do more inking, more live streaming, more fun times. I had a blast yesterday with saving lives, with positivity and ridiculousness, keeping it going here in a chat, having fun. I'm wearing the same horrible deep V outfit again. Paint stock, yes, because I was just painting Talia's house again. Talia's, I believe it's her sanitarium, her she shed sanitarium or something like that. But she's doing that. Yesterday we had a good fun time, talked about a lot of cool stuff. What did we talk about yesterday? I got to write some of this stuff down. I'm supposed to be taking notes. April wants me to take notes. I got to start taking notes. I should make a little notepad specifically for the stream so I can keep track of stuff and then go back in time and then re-note and retitle and retag these things for stuff that we've already talked about. So that's the idea. And I was doing a little bit of that updating, but it's good to have a dedicated day to update. So we'll get that going soon too. I keep looking up because I'm looking for something. I got to go find us some music to listen to because it's a little quiet in here and I got too many windows open, so it's confusing. So let's get rid of that window. I'm just going to get rid of a few windows while I go find the tunes that we want to go vibing to. Right, there's that. Close all those. And this can go. I got my Discord open. I'm your best Frank forever on Discord, though I've never done anything on it. I'll figure it out one of these days. I'm gonna get rid of this. X that out. Boom, boom. And Ubitubies, here we come. So there's me. Oh, that's right. Just remind myself, I have to go and make sure I play some music. So let's go Twitch. And I'm going to go share it on the live stream and share it on Facebook. Twitch. Copyright free chiptunes. I like chiptunes. And this looks like an hour-long music, Twitch copyright free. That looks fun. Haven't clicked that one yet. About an hour and 10. Oh, sounds powerful. All right, so we'll get some of that when we get, you'll hear more of that as we get going. Okay. All right, this thing's facing the right way. So, I hope you had a good day since yesterday. Yesterday we had a lot of fun. All right. Ray's a fan, joined us yesterday. I subscribed to him, followed him, go find him out. He's playing some good games. What do we have yesterday as well? Marsh X joined us from Wrestling on the Rocks, one of my favorite wrestling podcasts. I was watching that a little bit. Anna was a couple days ago, from all the way from Brazil. We had a good time talking about that. All right, Hikoko Nomori, he joined us. He was hanging out with us. Rob's the man. Okay, I love him. I was checking out some of your old videos from a decade ago. Good times, Rob. I remember it. All right, and April's always hanging out, so it's a fun time here on a live stream, doing art, getting ready to rock and have fun. Let's get mirror mode going so you can watch me for a second. Go hit the share button. Got to share these things, got to get it done, right? I should just make this an automatic share. I've been so on the ball, making sure I'm doing things every single week, doing them right, treating you right every night, and having fun. So we're going to continue. Oh, there she is. There she is. Hello, April. How are you? How are you? How's it going? I was just speaking your sweet, sweet name. All right. Copy link and also share more options. Share to a group, share to a page. No, that's right, because what do we got to remember? We got to remember that right now I'm interacting as the page. Go interact as myself. There we go. All right, now I'm me. Share the thing. Share to my story. That's good. Get it in the stories. The story seems to be the most successful way to share. So if you're not sharing the stories, you got to make sure you do that sort of thing. So get with it. All right, I just shared to my profile. I didn't really mean to do that, but whatever. I'll go click this and maybe throw an edit on there. Why not? Let's see if it pops up. All right, there's me. Oh, there's Horrible Carlin Ross, NWO for life. There we go. Oh, it says I'm playing Rygar still, so okay. I have a couple hours for you tonight to finish community characters, right? Now, I think that this is yesterday's... Oh, what happened? Oh, I shared the stream. All right, so let's go, and can I edit this post? I can pin a post on my own page? Edit post. All right. Let's ink cute characters from the community. Woo! And save the world with a bit of positivity. One friend at a time. Hashtag BFF, hashtag toot and toot. Yes, indeed. Save, done. Now that is what that says, so who cares? There we go. Let's get that the hell out of here. Let's get back to hanging out with you. All right, and having a fun time. Let me click the multi-stream, hit that refresh button so I can see everybody's chats. There's tiny chats in the chat. I can't see them in the chat. Hit that refresh your chat. Let's get it going. I gotta see these faces, see the places, see all the names. I believe, again, it's April in there. So let's see if everything gets working. There you are. There's Raul. Toot, toot. There he is. That's the spirit. Haven't seen SmackDown yet, Raul, so do not tell me what happens. Also, let's give you the tip to remember for the cat. That's the spirit. There we go. It's a good tip. I keep finding out that stories is the way that most people interact with you. So share to your stories, try to make them custom. I don't know. See, when you do it on Facebook, you can't really customize them. You do it on your phone and you can add stuff to it, and it's this whole thing. Each one of these devices treats the sharing differently. It's ridiculous, okay? Thank you for not spoiling wrestling for me, Raul. You're the man, okay? You know what they say, to be the man, woo! You gotta beat the man, Raul, but you yourself, I'll tell you, you're the man. I believe you. All right, I'm gonna go lower some of these jams so I'm not shouting as much. You can hear I'm very excited, having a good time. I was just hanging out with my boy Exobro. He pops on the stream all the time here. And I was realizing I was still watching his stream while my stream was starting, so you could hear him. So pretty fun. So we talked over that for a little bit, and it was great. All right, but tonight, we're going to continue doing what we're doing best. And yesterday we had some fun times inking some nonsense. We drew some nonsense during the breaks, right? There's Robot Carlin, as requested by his daughter, who was watching the stream with 6 or 7 friends, and they kept adding things. And an army of cats are fighting Robot Carlin and luring him out of the town with a giant dum-dum. That's right. He loves those lollies. All right, he's a sucker for them. He's a sucker for dum-dums. So there's our community investment people all hanging out. There's the first group. We've got another group over here. All right, on the other side of this page, it's another group there, another 5 there. So that's who we're going to ink tonight. So we got a good gaggle, about a dozen folks to ink and have a fun time with. So let's get on with it, because we've got a few hours to kill before midnight. And not that I got to necessarily go by midnight or anything. I thought I did. Turns out I don't. I thought that the Mortal Kombat movie came out tonight, and I was going to watch it with a friend of mine. And I looked, and it said release date, and there's times playing and all that stuff. And then I go look, but it's not. Now it says it's the 23rd, so we weren't really sure what happened. But it turns out that I think it's coming out next week, and maybe just it might have been released in like Japan or something, or somewhere else today. Okay, so I never color my drawings ever. I digitally color them in Photoshop because, you know, coloring with colored pencils, it's tough, and markers are tough. That's a whole different skill set. And then you still got to scan them digitally, which looks weird with markers. It just always does. And colored pencils. Because the waxiness adds a sheen. And you're always inking with, or coloring with that. And then you got to scan it with, you got to scan it with, you know, a scanner, and then that blasts light on it. So it's like reflective, and it doesn't really work. So coloring with colored pencils, it's not good for when you need to digitally take this to the next step. And same thing kind of goes for really anything, like any coloring. It just, you can't really scan it afterwards. So it's just kind of a chore. But, you know, some people can do some great things with colored pencils, but it's really better for just one live pieces. You know, like one of one, where you're not kind of trying to make copies of it. Because they would just come out muddier, or they look darker. The same way that some people are so obsessed with their photography that they're like, I took a photo of this bird, now I have to digitally get it in here, and then I color and change things so that the screen tone of your screen matches the color of the image, which matches the color of real life, which matches the color of what the print will be. Like, that's how much photographers kind of get obsessed with color, is that they try to really get it down to like both the digital image and the printout image will be the exact same color, and they've adjusted their monitors for the same reason, you know? So pretty interesting reason to do all those sorts of things. But, you know, I still like hand drawing all my stuff, you know? So let's go ahead and we're gonna start inking. We're using our thick black, I found a Zig, right? That's what I found at the store that time. So we're doing thick outlines for the main characters as well as their hair, right? So there we go. Whoop. Pull them lines. Pull them lines. Have that line confidence. Do, 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 do. There we go. And we're off. So yesterday was a really fun stream. We took I barely could. We were just having a good time and got to chatting. Again, chatting about a bunch of funny stuff and being ridiculous. So out of, I think, the 3-hour stream, I probably drew for, I think, I'm going to say 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Like, just, it was just so fun. And we had some new streamer, we had some new viewers that we're hanging out with and just talking about getting things done and tips and tricks for all of our streams, because they were also streamers. Because that seems to be the trick here on Twitch, is that you're going to find that, you know, if someone follows you, they themselves probably have a Twitch channel. Not a lot of people are just here lurking, and viewers, at least. I'm not sure, like, what the ratio is. There's probably a way to check, like, how many percentage of Twitch users also stream. Because there's going to certainly always be the drop off of how many people there are, you know, because there must be an audience of people that just watch. So I'm curious to see what that is. I wonder if I should look it up. What do you think? I got my phone. I don't gotta like break the stream. We can look it up together. Hang on, man. I got all this. You know what happens on my TV because I'm talking about all this stuff? I just spit all over the screen all the time, and it's disgusting. So funny. Let's look up how many Twitch users. Anyone say that? Okay, I'm gonna say stream, and let's see. All right. Active streamers on Twitch Worldwide 2021. The statistics present the number of active streamers on Twitch Worldwide from January 2018 to 2021. According to the findings, Twitch is approximately 9.52 million active streamers in February 2021. Wow! 9.52 active streamers. That's what they say according to these statistics on this thing and Statista. But, yeah. So, but does that mean, you know, that's where it's been going, right? So that's a lot since, wow, look at that. Look at those numbers. So that's in the millions. It really makes a big jump when you go like to February of 2020. It jumps because of coronavirus. Absolutely. In February 2020, it's at a 3. Then in March, it's at a 5. Then by this time last year, it's at a 7. Okay, and like that's a big jump to go to 2 million. It jumped 2 million each month and then leveled out there, where now it's been 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And then it took about a year and we jumped up to 8, and that's around Christmas because people probably got some stuff, you know, they got some equipment and some gifts and things like that. And now it's been going pretty consistently since then. Pretty nuts. I wonder, but again, that to me is also like, I guess they're using the stream. I wonder how many, okay, Twitch users, there you go. That is different, right? So I wonder if I could do that versus users. How many Twitch users stream versus watch? I don't know. Let's see if that, there we go. Right, Twitch revenue and usage stacks. How many viewers is the, no. Here's charts. No. How many Twitch users stream versus just watch? Let's see if that is a thing. No. All right, I don't know. But we know, you just saw that chart about it's that many people steadily growing. So that's pretty fascinating. Pretty fascinating stuff. Because, I mean, really, like, that's a huge difference. Think about that space. All right, that means that this space, the Twitch and streaming and all that stuff, if you think of it as a creative space, right? The same way you think of Facebook or Instagram, whatever, tripled in a year from 3 million to 9 million, you know, active streamers. That's pretty wild. Now, again, I don't know if that means that they have 9 million accounts, 9 million registered accounts, because that to me does not mean a damn thing. You know, I assume this is actually based on the streaming statistics. So that's pretty accurate and interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I might have to keep Googling a bit more when I'm done with the stream, just to see what happens. Boop. Let's make sure Daniel Legg's on the page. There we go. Glad I got right into it today. I'm feeling very, me and Talia finished painting her house, painting her shack, she shed, whatever the frig it is, her sanitarium today, her madhouse. So that's good. Now we just got to do some trim on it and whatever, but the hard part's done. I was talking about how this and that project is just a reminder of how much you can get done a little bit at a time, you know, which is what exercise is. You're not supposed to exercise nonstop. Exercise a little bit every day. Make little changes every day, you know, but for creative people, sometimes they really get stuck. And I know that I myself am an all or nothing person, and it's sometimes a bad habit. It's often a bad habit. If I can't draw for 8 hours today on this one project, I end up putzing around. And I'll just do this aspect of it, or I'll just do this or whatever. Because I'm not getting the full time I want, just this nonstop time to draw. So this pen is a 1.2 millimeter. Okay, and this one is like a felt tip. And then the other side of it actually is like a 0.00. There's a 0.05. Or it's an 0.5. Sorry, it's an 0.5. All right, but that's that. Because I did want the outlines to be that like nice thickness. Right? Like that, because I think it just makes them stand out. All right? So, it is. It's a vast grown environment, right? It's pretty wild. All right? Oh, what happened? April, May's like the stream? That's all right. That's the best. Wait, April, is it April, May, or April, May? Like May the month, or... It's May. M-A-I is May, right? It's got to be May. Am I saying it wrong? April, May, or May? May like the month, or May like it looks? Or May like M-Y? Let me know so I stop saying it incorrectly. Otherwise, I don't know. I got to find out now because I might have been mispronouncing it this whole time. Da-da-da-da. But, what was I talking about? I was talking about how this, and since streaming, as you hear I constantly talk about, like, wow, this really got me going. It's it's forced me to do all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like, I love it. because look, I've never drawn just 2 hours. I'm like, okay, now what should I do? You know, or do the 3 and then like go do another thing. It's always like, oh, I have to have that as like a whole undisturbed drawing day or blah, blah, blah. Like nonsense like that. And this is a real lesson in just, do a little bit, you know, like, and spread it out intelligently, like the way that I've been drawing in the beginning of the week and then inking at the end, inking what I draw for the end of the week. No, that means I know kind of what the streams are going to be, right? I like this one the best, I think. This is a good character right here. Da 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 da. But anyway, my buddy Carlin described it as, because some days I feel guilty about not working, okay? And the whole thing, it's French, like the month. So May, okay, so I've been pronouncing it correctly the whole time. Thank phew! Wipes sweat from brow. So Carlin said to me, because I'll beat myself up thinking I'm not being productive or I'm working on the wrong thing, like cleaning, when I know I should be doing several other things, right? Because I'm procrastinating cleaning. And he's like, you know, there are some days where you definitely do all this, and then some days where you only do a little and you really beat yourself up. He's like, you're always doing something. Any day that you move the ball downfield counts. If some days you move it downfield 5 yards, you've moved it downfield, you know, and then some days you're going to move it down 30 yards. And it's like, oh, what a great day. But so long as every day you move it a little, like, that counts. And I'm like, you know, you're right. And that's how I've started looking at some things, is like, all right, you know, and it's even helped me with the laundry and the dishes. Like, I don't wait till my laundry is now, and I have a laundry machine. This house I have a laundry machine. This is the only house I've had a laundry machine at. All right, or a wash machine, whatever it is. Okay, and it's nice because you don't have to go to the laundromat and, you know, and hang out there and, you know, occupy your time and do whatever and hope the dryers aren't all taken and all that crap. So it's nice, but I would still have the old habit of letting it build up to be like, okay, I'm out of underwear. I've got to wait this whole day to do my laundry for 3.5 hours. When instead it's like, oh, look, there's like one load. Let's just get it done today and throw it in there. And it's only a few shirts and it's only whatever. Oh, now all my stuff is clean again. Same thing with the dishes. Like, I should just get a little better at, yeah, perfect. You know, get a little better at like just not waiting till I run out of every bowl and every dish. And maybe just doing like, oh, there we go. It's full enough, you know, let's make sure we wash all this stuff and be done with it. You know, oh, if it's not full all the way, well, maybe I should wash the drain in the sink or fit it, whatever else I can in there. You know, throw the cat in there. No, I'm just kidding. But you don't want to waste water either. Okay, so April knows the deal. So April gets hung up if you don't have a full day to work on something. She's got a big guilt about not working enough on the wrong thing too. I think it's a creative kind of crisis. Like, that's what it is. It's also the American thing, and it's also the thing about being like, we're self-starters, you know, that you kind of have to make yourself into this type of person, like a workaholic, because again, to chase what you're chasing, you have to sacrifice a bunch, right? And chase it and like do all this stuff, right? So, I don't know. I think it's really been like just a good eye-opener for trying to get past that, because there's no reason to feel guilty, you know, unless you really know like you're screwing up, and sometimes we do, you know, but most of the time I'll assess the end of my day and I'm like, you know, you did this, you did that, and I do it to keep myself honest. Again, even if I got home and didn't do much, it's like, all right, well, we painted Talia's house for 4 hours today. That's a big good use of the day, you know. And then sometimes you try to carry over some of the hours. If yesterday I was a creative juggernaut for you know, 6, and then today I was only for 2, well, you averaged 3 per day then. You know, like you averaged 3 or 4 per day then. Like, that's not bad. Like, let it build. Don't feel guilty. When you're going to bed and you feel bad, just say, all right, that means tomorrow maybe go a little extra. You know? But know thyself. And what is that? What were we talking about the other day when I was talking to my friends about some of their mental health stuff? What do you got to do? And it'll keep you honest. You just don't lie. If you don't lie, you won't lie to yourself about how busy you're being. And this way you can't let it get out of control. Okay, I'll start tomorrow. Okay, I'll start tomorrow. Okay, I'll start tomorrow. Can't do that too many times because then you got a real problem, right? So it's just good to, you know, be honest with it. Be honest with your effort. Don't try and scapegoat, okay? All that stuff. So yeah, nailed it. Okay, there you go. Right? Therapy has been a huge help toward easing that anxiety about work. It should. And you do have to just, and sometimes, I mean, it's not like you're supposed to look at other people, right? But most people do. And sometimes what I think we're doing is the opposite. So the term is keeping up with the Johnsons, right? My neighbor got a boat, now I want a boat. Okay? So it's that sort of thing. And I think that that's some of this is like we're trying to just do this thing where we think we have to work so much and like keep up with this thing, you know, when in fact, like we're working a lot. And to do that, it takes a lot. Like it takes a lot to do these creative things. And you're not supposed to compare yourself to other people. Like I say, you're not supposed to look at your neighbor and say, I'm jealous of his boat. But in a way, you can do the keeping up with the Johnsons in the reverse. Like April, like I'll beat myself up like, oh, what did I do this week? Oh, I only this, I only that, I only whatever, and these few things, man, whatever. Look at almost everyone. What do they do this week? I slaved away at a job that was maybe meaningless, and then I watched television. All day, all night. That's what I did. That was my thing. Oh, and maybe, I mean, we can't really count chores as success. I did the laundry. We all eventually have to do our laundry. Whether it's the 1 load or the 5 loads, it's not, that's not a thing, right? We all have to do these things that equate each other. We all got to do the dishes. We all got to do the laundry, you know, all that stuff. They can count and take a day, but they're not an excuse for all this stuff. Look at what most people do. Look at most people's lives, you know? Like, it's their mission to binge now. It's a thing. It's their mission to binge content. It's their mission to get it done. Did you watch this? I have to watch it first. Everyone needs my opinion of what we all watched. And now let's argue about what we watched and blah, 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 all day on the internet and all day on their dumb social media giving opinions. Who gives a rat's patoot, right? So, oh, there's Talia. I was talking about painting and being productive and talking about that thing about moving the ball downfield a little bit at a time, and that counts for something, right? And how today was productive. Even if I came home and didn't do anything today, it would be productive because we worked on your sanitarium shack, for whatever we're calling it. Your sheesh sanitarium, is that what it is? For like 4 hours, like there you go. You know, that's already a pretty productive day, helping a friend and painting a thing that needs to get done. So, like, that's why I didn't feel bad about bailing on it yesterday, because it allowed me to do some extra work here, and there you go, right? So we're talking about being productive and all that stuff, and it's pretty good because April can really get it. Like, you know how I feel bad when I don't work? I was feeling so guilty about just setting up Twitch and not working on these things. But again, I'm glad I took the time to set up Twitch like that because it made me work on these things so much more. So I didn't need to feel guilty. Like, and you were trying to tell me, I was like, you don't need to feel guilty about setting this up. You really want to set it up. And when you set it up, you're going to do all that work. And I'm like, and you're right. And I wasn't full of crap. Like, I really have gotten myself sitting in this chair every single night and moving the ball downfield, you know, like we were talking about on both these projects. And, you know, I got an update from the people. They asked me, all right, where are you at? What's it looking like? I'm like, oh, check this out. Look at this thing. And they were, this looks great. This looks great. This looks great. I'm like, perfect. You know? So even though I'm like a month in on these projects, I have plenty to show that's like, you have nothing to worry about. We're just moving along and it looks great, right? All right. Because I really want these projects to be pinnacle for Frank, for me. Like pinnacle projects that are like, we made this commercial and this guy did it and everyone noticed. And I want to try to win an Addy Award or whatever it is. They win the local advertising things. Because I'm going to try. I think I'm going to win an award for this. Right? I still have purple in my hands. It's true. There's purple in my hands. That's how you know you've been creative all day. So, I want to do that. That's how much effort I'm putting into these things. I mean, the fact I'm drafting the comic and the buildings and the backgrounds and you're watching me do it, like, I'm really taking the time to do it, like, and try to work beyond my years of experience, which you can, you know, like Talia knows. Talia will paint a thing and do whatever and be like, here you go, it's done, you know. But if Talia spent like, yo, spend a month on this one thing, it would obviously be different, you know. And it would be, and the more we go with stuff, the better we get. So that the reason I talk about drawing beyond your ability, when I was drawing certain Pissed Off Panda promotional stuff, I took so much time crafting them that they still look as good today as Pissed Off Panda looks different. It doesn't matter. They're still good. They don't look like, here, let's use an example. Let's use my body, okay? Raul, tell Natalia where you saw her the other day. Raul, tell Natalia where you saw her. Talia, don't get weirded out. It's nothing weird, all right? But he says, I saw your friend Talia. Where? Oh, tell her, because she's going to love it. Where's this? What is that thing? Is that this thing? Why is there a white speck? What's that white speck? What is this speck? What is that? Where's that come from? Okay. I have no idea what this is. Is this? Is it? There's me. Is it this thing? There it is. It's this thing. I have a T-square. I have a ghost of a T-square. Okay. Tell her right now. Oh, Talia, did you get a Student Addy Award? That's fantastic. So, when I'm talking about like drawing beyond ability, I drew, so this is Pissed Off Panda, right? That's Pissed Off Panda year 1. I did all his promotional stuff when he looked like this, but somehow I just took the time, drew all this stuff, blah, 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 and I drew him like better than this, and almost still like more the way he ends up looking years later. It's pretty nuts, right? So you can draw beyond your ability when you like really give something the time. It's almost like, oh, this is what it'll look like when you keep at this for a couple more years. Like, this is what your default version of this will look like. All the effort you put into it here. Think of a sculpture. I sculpted my best this month. Spent a month on it. In 2 years, you would sculpt that aspect that well in like 2 weeks, probably would be your default. You get it? Because you picked it all up. That's how I think it is. Rolly, you say you're telling her, but I don't see you telling her. Are you telling her in a DM? Tell her in the chat. What are you talking about? Boom, boom. I want her reaction in the chat. There we go. There we go. Anyway, back to it. So, I don't know why I was talking about drawing beyond your ability, whatever I was talking about, but, oh yeah, because I want these to be spectacular. So, if these people check in and like, hey, you know, it's been 3 months, I'd be like, yeah, well, look how great it looks. I've got 17 seconds left to finish, you know, and that's going to take a few weeks. Like, there's not a real deadline yet for one of the projects. And the other one kind of has one, but it's really a long one. So it's not that bad. But, you know, sooner the better. Because also I'm going away. So I don't want to be working all that time that I'm away. But I'm going to have to. But the further along I get, the better. And doing streams has been the secret to all this. So the streams will continue while I'm in New York. And they'll probably come on a little earlier. Okay? What's it called? So he did scroll up, Frank. Oh, okay, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. It's not that awful. That's so funny. I didn't see it. I don't think in that pen, blah, 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 blah. I'm in the multi... No, I don't know. It didn't appear. I see Tai-Hi. That's it. And then that's it. I didn't see it. So I don't know. Let me refresh the stream. Refresh a chat. Because sometimes some of the things don't appear or populate. La 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 la. Da 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 da. This guy does not look the best. I gotta fix this guy. Da 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 da. I don't know what his hair is supposed to be, so I might have to redo that. I think this was like, this is the person who did like their whole family. So I gotta go look in that one file in a little bit. I'll do that in a little bit though. Alright? Boom. There you go, scroll up, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, I didn't see that, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What was such a fun movie? I missed it. What was I talking about? What were you talking about? I forget. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Chat. Come on, chat. You gotta keep up. Not you guys, I mean the actual physical chat. Can't be missing comments. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, okay, the movie that Talia was in. Got it. That I was also kind of in. But Pissed Off Panda was certainly in, like a bunch, which was great. All our art was in there. That was so funny. I think Jeff still has that cardboard cutout of Pissed Off Panda. I still have never gotten it back. Right? I don't have that around here. No, I don't. Do-do-do. Let me... Am I in the thing? Oh, I got a beep. Do-do-do. Who is this? What is he informing me of? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We were trying to figure out when Mortal Kombat comes out. Okay. Yes, it looks like it comes out the 23rd, even though I showed him. Says the 16th in theaters. There you go. Oh, he's all mad because I got his hopes up. That Mortal Kombat was out. He's all mad at me. Okay, so team... So is that what it is? I don't know who the bad guy is. I don't know the bad guy. Like, I know that now I saw that. It is like, there are going to be some of these Mortal Kombat characters. Okay? It keeps adding an accent. Oh, that's awesome. Fucking so good. That's Hector. Hector thought that Mortal Kombat was coming out today because I may have been misinformed and then misinformed him. So, Mortal Kombat supposedly comes out next week. And some of them are good and some of them are bad. Like, some of them are good guys and some of them are bad guys. Like, I think Sub-Zero's a good guy, but I could be wrong. And, like, Scorpion's a bad guy, you know? So, you know, certain fights are going to have certain things and all that stuff. So he's asking me if I'm Team Sub-Zero or Team Scorpion. I'm obviously Scorpion. I mean, Scorpion, he's the Wolverine of, like, you know, Mortal Kombat. Like, let's go. Scorpion. Done. Get over here. Are you kidding? He's the best one. Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat characters? I also used to love, you know, aside from him being like Wolverine and stuff, you know, I guess Sub-Zero was like next. Oh, good. See, he's Team Sub-Zero now. Now we can yell at each other when this comes out and like it's a real fight. All right. So Team Scorpion for Talia. There you go. I'm with you, Talia. All right. So yeah. So tomorrow. That said, we're gonna do tomorrow's radio show. Was gonna be about. That's right, Talia. I don't know now because now it comes out next week. So I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Oh, Raul's Team Sub-Zero. I love it. I love it. Okay. So who you got, April? Everyone's got a favorite Mortal Kombat. What do you got? I don't know who else is in this. But for that one, who you got? Team Scorpion or Team Sub-Zero? Right? Don't worry. This is not anything that ends a friendship or anything like that. This is just standard stuff. Standard stuff. Where's my Ziggy marker? There it is. Okay. So, you're just saying you want to do it tomorrow because I brought it up. Did you already start getting music? Because if you didn't, don't worry about it. Because we can just do it next week. Okay? Oh my God. Look, this kid just wrote, he's getting chills because you're going to feel the sting of defeat. I feel the nauseousness from that trash talk. Terrible. Terribility. Who'd you tell? You didn't tell. Who did you tell that you're going to do that? Who did you tell? Who did you tell? What people in the last 2 hours have you told that's what we're doing? Ridiculous, Talia. What people? They'll have to wait an extra week. They'll give us plenty of time to get sweet jams. Right? So this lady's hair, I don't know. I'm doing it like this. Her hair might be the worst or the best. We're going to see. Because I'm doing this to it. which is kind of fun. And I had to do the outside of it. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Doo-doo. It's like spirograph. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do, do-do-do. All right, what do you got? What do you got? Okay. Oh, you told one person. You told Senin. Senin will survive a week. Okay. Again, Team Scorpion seems to be the way to go. You remember Scorpion, exactly. Right? No one's like, oh, I want to be on Team Kung Lao with his stupid hat. Okay, Raiden's pretty great, right? Everyone likes Raiden from Mortal Kombat. He's pretty great. Highlander played Raiden. Who else? Who else is pretty great from that? What do you want to be? Reptile? He was another popular one because he was the hidden character. Right? Who do we want? Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat characters other than those two? Who else did I like? I think I like Baraka, I think, because he was gross. You know, Jax was always fun because he has his arms. Right? Now, we got to wait a week, Ty. We got to do it when it's appropriate. We can't do it when it's inappropriate. We have to do it when it comes out. Not it's coming out in 6 days. It's not relevant. What should we do a radio show about tomorrow, gang? We're not doing it about Fighting Games movie if Fighting Games movie isn't out. Okay? That's ridiculous. So what should it be about? Is it spring? You want to just do it spring? What else has occurred? What else has occurred this week? Right? Oh, wait a minute. What's the date? Is it Talia? Talia. Okay, so Raul likes Johnny Cage. I like Johnny Cage because he punched him in the nuts. That's a good move. One of the best moves in the game. Okay? So Earth Day's coming up. You know what else is coming up? Is that this week? Is that in fact Tuesday? Talia? How about a weed show? It's legal, folks. It's legal. Legal. Right? How about that? Should we do that? We got springtime, Earth Day, and marijuana. That all is the same thing. Earth Day, the green leaf, spring, right? Talia, that's what we're doing. Okay? Boom. April's all about it. See, Talia's got it down. Weed songs, spring songs. Okay, there we go. Plenty to do. I was just talking about, on Exobro stream, I was talking about high rollers. When we did the D&D, we did the D&D on 420 and had a big D&D event, and I called it High Rollers, and it was the funniest thing on earth. And it was a pretty fun time. That was the first time I really... And it doesn't work, though. Okay? Yeah, green episode. That's exactly right. Going green. We gotta go green. That's hilarious. Sustainability. It's all about sustainability, Talia. That's what I'm gonna make the joke tomorrow. I'll be like, it's all about going green, and then you can talk about all that stuff. I'm like, I thought we were talking about sustainability. And you can be like, I thought we were talking about marijuana. So funny. It's all legal, folks. Nothing to worry about here. Although, again, when I do certain streams in the future, I will make sure those are comic bookmobile streams for the kids. For the kids, right? These are... And by the way, I was thinking of doing that. I was thinking of doing things like, oh, I'm ready to celebrate, brother. Okay, Raul, I don't know if you celebrate. I'm ready to celebrate it. I love it. Okay? Talia, you got to buy some stuff. We should think of, what are we going to do on 420, Talia? We got to think of something fun to do. It's Tuesday, so I do want to celebrate it because I like to do stuff for things. We're not going to any dispensaries because that's insane to do. We don't need to do that for fun. Because that's not a fun thing to do. They have some sick sales, I bet, but I'd rather be chilling and not waiting in line for 2 hours. So what should we do for 420 twin? And also, maybe I do a fun different live stream. I don't know. I could do a fun different live stream for that. Though I should keep working on my projects is always kind of the point too. But I do got to start doing the animation part of this project. So maybe, and I don't think I'm going to try and live stream that. I think it's too hard. Because I got to concentrate sometimes. And you see how hard it is sometimes to do certain stuff. I got to concentrate. And I don't know how fun that would be to watch if we did if we did that. So we'll see. We'll see what what happens. But, or maybe once I get the ball rolling with the animation, I can maybe live stream it. But I feel like it's too distracting. I'm going to end up being quiet a lot of the time. It's going to be a lot of me being like, open, do this, that, and just kind of saying what I do. And that's not fun. You know? It's not like I'm saying, okay, pull a line, pull another line, here's another one, and now I've got a this. I mean, I say that sometimes, but it's not like I'm doing it to keep track of, you know, where I'm at. Whereas in that part, I'm really trying to keep track of where I'm at. I also don't know if it'd be as fun to watch, to do the, because it's tedious, and you play the same sound bites over and over and over and over. And if there's someone in the room when you're doing that, they get annoyed. Like, they're like, what, do you have to keep doing that? And I'm like, yeah, you do. Okay? Right, so what do we want to do, Talia? What should we do? So we can hang out. We should hang out. I agree that he should hang out. What should we do? Because it doesn't have to, like I say, it doesn't need to be anything like I don't mean on the live stream. Later I'll come up with something for a live stream. Or I'm just going to do my, just do my work. Or come on and maybe do a funny 420 live stream for fun. I don't know. Yeah, definitely ask your brother. I'd want to hang out here more than anywhere. And if you need to crash here, you probably can actually. But it'll be the day you'll come out of it. So I don't know, that's a fun idea. Fun idea. We should think about it. Let me know what he thinks, and we should think about what we want to do. Even if what we do is like we're gonna hang out, watch a bunch of this, you know? Like just some funny traditional stupid crap. Like Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle or something. Like a good movie about, you know, said topic. A Cheech and Chong. Well, he works, so probably, yeah, again, he can come over around whenever, you know, but you can come over first thing in the day. There's Hector again. He sent me vomit emoji, finally replying to me making fun of him for his terrible comebacks. So there we go. There's a puppy. Do. Myrtle. Hilarious. Hilarious. Keyhole puppy. There we go. Keyhole chicken. Alright. Let's just do that, right? That's good. Everybody else is pretty good. Good. Oh, one more keyhole puppy. Let's get this puppy done. Do. I'm trying to remember what... Talia, what did we do last year? We must have done a little bit of something, right? I know it was the beginning of all this baloney, so we must have done a little bit of something. Okay. So, what do we got? I'm all caught up on Invincible, April. It's bonkers. Holy jeez. And I'd never read the comic. Some of my friends read the comic. They know what happens and stuff. Okay. They made a remake of Reefer Madness with Alan Cummings. Oh my goodness. Yes. Absolutely. Why did you shout Amber and JT? Because I do not see anyone. Twitch. Okay. Oh, see, look. And now Hikoko didn't show up either. So Hikoko, good to see you here. He's Team Kano for Mortal Kombat. Let's refresh a chat because for some reason, some of the chats aren't all populating, and that's so aggravating because I'm missing people's opinions on stuff and things of said nature with the refresh of the... Look at this. It's not even refreshing. Twitch again. There we go. Refresh the chat, you savage. There we go. Stream chat. Let's go. Populate. You bee. Trying to talk to all these folks that are supposedly showing up and I can't see them, right? 2 more episodes to go. Hell yeah. It's crazy. If you haven't watched Invincible on Amazon, let me ask you something. April, again, we all watch animation. So do you notice when you're watching this? Can I ask you this? Does the lip sync seem off on that show for some reason? For some reason I'm watching Invincible and the lip sync seems off, and I don't understand. Okay, let me know if you think you see the same thing. But it bums me out. Let me see something. Let's go to Streamlabs in here. All right, I am there. Chat box, no. Chat box back. Whoops. Okay, I just made the chat box invisible for a second and then revisible like a dope. Refresh chat. Refresh chat. All right. So overlay there. Big Bird, got it. Back chat, got it. Mike, this, that, event, I'm on that. Okay, weird. I'm trying to figure this out. This is the remote control for this thing to a degree. And I wanted to see if I could see the chat on this. Yes, I can. Okay, so this one, look, I could look at the YouTube chat or the Twitch chat. I can do the Twitch chat. System connected. All right, but I'm not really super impressed with that I can do that. Who cares? Mixer, I'm not on Mixer, so I don't know what that is. Go back, right? Go to this Streamlabs. That's different. Okay, wait, maybe in this, nope, it's not, because if I go in this one and hit this button, nope. Okay, I'm just looking at things. Okay, so yeah, you buffer every once in a while. Okay, I was just wondering, because maybe it's me. So Talia, when you said Amber and JT, okay, like, I don't want to ruin it for you, Amber. I mean, I don't want to ruin it for you, April, so hopefully it's not something. Maybe it's just me. All right, none of that stuff. Bang. Okay. Let me try some other things. So I'm going to go see something else on my phone. Twitch.tv/you-know-who. Best Frank forever. Let's go to it. And I want to see something. All right. So there's my chat room. Oh, man. What is this? Oops. Hang on. Okay, hang on. So look, I did a thing. See this somewhere? I installed this thing and I don't know how to use it. See this? Oh, look. There's some sort of... Throw here. Boop. Did anyone see a tomato? All right, so I just threw a tomato. See this, that I have a tomato somewhere, right? And it's loading because I loaded this thing. Throw here. Boop. Right? And then apparently I can throw a paper airplane. Throw here. Woo! So I'm confused. Does anyone understand or see any of this? So that's on Twitch. Okay, and you're on Facebook. So you're on Facebook. That's why. Okay. Interesting, because I'm trying to see how it looks. I'm not seeing it show up on the thing, even if I'm the guy doing it. Okay, go try it out, Talia, because there's a tomatoes little app thing, right? There's tomatoes. Let's click it, and then I can push that thing. Grant permission. That's good. Report. View details. Dashboard. Tomatoes. Okay. So yeah, there's something that's there that I don't know how it works. Okay, there's Talia. I have arrived. There's Talia. I've arrived. She's there on that one, so it's picking her up. So, okay, got it. Let's see what I can do. Boom. I'm just going to write boom just to see something. Boom. Okay, good. And that's popping up over there too. So that's fun. Just trying to figure things out. So now again, see if you can throw a tomato. See how I'm on my phone and there's a tomato and it says throw here, which I don't really understand. Are you throwing on the chat box? Is that where it's showing up? Because I'm confused. But I want to make sure that all the chats are working and people pop up and people show up. But even this won't work because I can't see any Facebook stuff on it. So, you know, trying to figure things out, Talia. Just trying to figure things out. Right? Oh, on Facebook, I know what it is. Can you see... Because yesterday I kind of had the Facebook stream open. And I did see JT popped on. I saw, like, because sometimes you know how it is when you're doing the live streams. You can see if someone's there, but they may not have said anything. It's like, oh, so-and-so's watching. But they may not have actually interacted. And I go, oh, I see you, so-and-so. There you are. Oh, see, emoticon. Oh, I see emoticons. Look at that. Give me emoticons. Yay, flying out all over the place. All right, and they don't show up. Doesn't matter. All right, so you're going back to, I didn't see, but I guess you can't see. Okay, well, whatever. We'll figure that out, Talia. It's some weird little app. We got to play with these things. But that'll be something fun. But all right, anyway, back to this. Back to this. As you can see, always, and April's on Facebook, right? But that's weird. So why didn't I see, or maybe I just missed it, right? Twitch, right? Maybe Hikoko Nomori. If you're here, I don't know if your stuff's popping up on the multi-stream, but we'll see what occurs. We'll see what occurs. Anyway, back to filling in these big, beautiful eyes there and drawing cute keyhole puppies. Let's get it done. What do I got? I got a 3. I'm using a 3. Whoop. So now that I wish I could change the description for things, because now that we know the theme of the radio show, Talia, like we can ask everybody, all right, give me all your song suggestions for Earth Day, okay, for weed stuff, and for, okay, you figured out how to throw things at the screen on Twitch. Okay, so here's Hiko, I can see you now. So you tried using Tomato, but it didn't seem to show up on Twitch chat. So you did figure it out, oh wait, do I see in the chat? Do I see a thing? I can't see because it's tiny. Like my chat window is super tiny, right? No, that's just that little door or the window. You have to click where on the screen you want it to land. Okay. Right. I mean, it doesn't mean nothing for me because I'm in my Streamlabs thing anyway, so I can't do anything. Lock all these things down. Boop. All right. Well, throw a tomato at me. I want to see it happen. Like where? Throw a tomato at my, right at the A in my name. Or better yet, throw a tomato at my stupid face. Good night, Raul. You're the best. You're the best. Okay? We should watch a reboot of Reefer Madness with Valentine. I'm all about it, Sally. I'm about watching that. Let's go, tomatoes. Let's go. You want? I'll throw some bad jokes out there. All right? Do I have to start doing bad comedy? Waka waka. I want to see a tomato hit me in the face. Where's my tomato? Or might it not show up on my thing? It should. This is just whatever it is there. Okay. Everyone wish Raul good fine evening. He might be gone. Get out of my... Or do I gotta be on Twitch TV to see it? That's what I want to see. Do I have to be just like a viewer on the page? Twitch.tv/me. Let's go look, and I'm going to turn my volume down. Boom. Okay, so there's me on the thing. All right, I see all the chats. I'm doing it, but I don't think you're seeing it. Right, so I'm not seeing a damn thing, right? And you're seeing it. And now I'm sitting here, and I'm even looking at it on Twitch TV, like on the page. Right? And I don't see nothing. That sucks. What's the point then? What's the point? I wanted to see Tomas hit me on the head. Oh well. So, let's get this out of here. But alright. Meh. Okay, I'm doing it, but not... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what is the point? It's supposed to... It's just another interactive thing. Like, if I say something stupid, wouldn't it be funny if everybody threw tomatoes at me and I could see them and I would absolutely overreact? I think that's the point, is you can... There's some interactive things that you can do with some of these apps. Like, I've downloaded a few apps on here, you know? And they're, you know, they're just supposed to make things a bit more interactive. Like, one of them's a spinning wheel. There's one of them that's like a quiz show, right? And then one of them was tomatoes. Is that this one? This is the magic ball. I don't know. It makes about however... to the original ones. It makes fun. Okay, good. Yes, Talia, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. You don't have to convince me. But I'm all about doing it. Alright? So here. Right, we'll get back to this. So, I'll try to figure out those apps, but it's some sort of thing. I'm not going to go into it now. Let's get back to drawing. Alright? But, oh, you actually did watch it too? I've never watched it. I never watched the remake that actually makes fun of Reaper Madness. So that's funny. Boom. Alright. Oh, you're telling April about it. Sorry, I didn't realize. Okay. I was very distracted by other things. Anyway, back to inking stuff. So, I'm doing so we're doing that. Give me suggestions, Talia. Let's come up with suggestions. I don't mean And we know, let's come with suggestions for stuff doing 420. Yeah, that's fun. Let's suggest some songs that are about Earth Day. So we got Earth Day songs. All right. And we've got, what else? Weed songs. All right. And we've got spring songs. So what songs should we play tomorrow on the radio? All right. I wonder if I could pin like something to the chat that says like what songs are on the radio. Can I pin my own chat thing? I shouldn't be trying to figure things out like on the fly. Let's go to, if I go to this and I wrote this, all right, and I wrote, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, now I've screwed it up. All right, wait, let me write Skeletor chat. Okay, there's Skeletor. So now, if I do this, click edit chat, timeouts, ban, messages, badges. All right, I'm just looking at how some of it works, right? I want to see if I can post a thing, but I can't. So I could be like, hey, everybody, we're looking for song suggestions for things that we're going to do. For if anyone had popped up in the chat and is a total stranger, is like, how about this song? It'd be nice to know these things. I should maybe plan that every Friday. Wouldn't that be fun, Talia? Every Friday is I plan the we could do the a song from that movie because it's music. Absolutely, Talia. I'm all about it. I didn't know it was a musical. That's amazing. Okay? That's amazing. So that's funny as hell. So we should do that. We have to do It's Raining Men. That's a good spring song. Hallelujah. It's Raining Men. All right? So any songs about rain. Now, it hasn't started raining here though. We'll wait till it starts raining here. Because that's when we got to play. That's when we play the rain songs. So spring, weed stuff. I mean, there's lots of fun weed stuff, obviously. But I want silly weed stuff, not just like classic rap tunes and Snoop. If we're playing anything by Snoop, we should just... Talia, write this down. We're going to play Sensual Seduction. If you've never heard Sensual Seduction, it's the best. It's the absolute best. All right? Now, that is the clean version of Snoop's song Sexual Seduction. Okay? I happen to like the clean version better because I think it's better. Because I'd rather be sensually seduced than sexually seduced. That's just me, though. So maybe all of you are a little more hardcore. I'm into the sensuality of it all. All right? Talia says she's falling asleep. Oh, well. Okay. Well, Talia, why don't you go ahead and drift off into Slumberland and enjoy it. And I'll keep working hard at doing a radio show all on my own. I do all the work for the show. Talia doesn't do anything. I do. I can't even continue. I can't even continue. Because Topamax. Talia's riding high. Talia's riding high on the prescript stuff. It's a good time. Good time, Talia. Don't start using that. People will get the wrong idea. I shouldn't call you that. Good times, Talia. That's not good. Pull lines. Pull those lines. That one wasn't that great. That one wasn't that great. Pulling lines. That's because some of this book is getting in the way because I'm on the very last page of this. Or the second to last page. So some of the actual cardboard in the back is screwing up some of these lines. And good. Good enough for me, though. Okay. Good night, brat. I'm not a brat, Talia. Okay. Okay. How dare you? Love you, friend. Yes. All the love. So fun. I love doing the live stream stuff. It's so fun. Yeah, and some people don't. Some people are so all or nothing, and they don't realize like they can just pop in a friend's live stream once in a while. It's because a lot of the people you know have never done it. Like, doing this is like, again, I know some people freak out when I can see them that they're watching. I go, "What up, so and so?" And they're like, "Oh," because people are at home and they feel like they're at home. That's why everyone's a keyboard warrior. So all of a sudden, the person the TV says their name, like, oh, like it, and it freaks. Sometimes it freaks people out because they've told me that. They've told me that. Like, like, oh, this one time you said my name on the thing and I didn't know what to do because I didn't know whatever, so I just closed the window. So funny. Doo-doo. Because plenty of people watch these things. You don't have to chat. You don't have to interact at all. Ray's a fan. I was talking about this man a little bit earlier. Get some of that attention for Ray. That's the stuff. You just missed Talia, Ray. You just missed Talia. Talia was here hanging out. But it's time to give some love. And I love the people. I love the folks. I love the fan. And Ray's a fan. Woo! That's the stuff. I think that's why I put a cap on the sound so it can't actually get in the red. Does it get in the red? It does not get in the red. Amanda Stair is following. Yes! Yes! Get it done! Oh my God, Amanda, let's bring out the big guns. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are you doing at Fangamer? So Fangamer is here in Tucson. Did they put up a big sign on Grant like a month and change ago, right? Because I've been obsessed with their website. You're a programmer at Fangamer? Okay, that's a big deal. You're gonna be my inside man for this question. Let me ask you something. They put up a big billboard there, right? They put up a big sign, okay? So are they gonna make like a public space, not just like we're a company? Are they doing something there's gonna be a public space there? Because I imagine that might be what they're doing. Okay. Did they hire the person or persons who might be involved to do things and host things at said public space? Okay? Because I want to know who to talk to. Right here, I know about Fangamer because see this over here? That's a giant game buzzer over there in the corner. You can barely see it, right? There's a giant game buzzer over there that I got from them. Okay? And I was like, what is this place? And it was a few years ago. And they're like, oh, we do this, we do that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no kidding. Wow. So they've always been on my radar. Okay? Yeah, it obviously didn't happen. So, what's happening? Like, Ray, no kidding. Like, if I could walk this thing around, you'd see that I have notes that says, contact Fangamer, figure it out. I've gone to the website several times. I need to buy Strong Bad, by the way. I need to be on the list for Strong Bad. All right? If some of you don't know what Fangamer is, let me take you on a tour real quick. Okay? Because it's fantastic. The fact that you work there, Ray, is awesome. Okay? Because rad website, okay? Yo, is it? Son of a bee. I'll buy it right now. Hang on a second. All right? Check this out. So this place, the fact, okay? There you go. April knows the deal. Thank you, April. You're the best. All right, does it even say it on the homepage? Oh, Conkers is on here now. Conkers Bad Fur Day is hilarious. So this website, they kind of feature really more subtle, like more underground, not underground, but not mainstream, like merchandise for games and like online stuff. And that's amazing. And more subculture things. Again, Metal Gear's really popular, but you get what I mean. Hang on a second. Let's see. Let's see. Back in stock? Let me see. Oh, brother. Add the car. Am I on the right thing? Did I go to mirror mode? I didn't go to mirror mode. Hang on. We're going to play this game again. Mirror mode. Let's go to this website. New window. Okay. Oh, Fangamer. Convenient. Boom. Oh, Fangamer. Look at that. And you see Undertale. Popular. I only just learned about Undertale culture the other day. Holy jeez. All right. This. Amazing. There you go. They're doing stuff for that. New and featured items. Look at that. All right. And now they do game. You do video games? You can actually just sell. I don't even know what's going on. All right. So there you go. Right. Strong Bad. Let's look them up. Fantastic. Back in stock. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Add to cart. Yes, yes, yes. I'll finish this purchase later so that my credit card information is not on the internet on my live streams. But there we go. I'll save that for later. But Fangamer itself, the fact it's located in Tucson to me was this blessing. They got all this great stuff, all this fun things, right? Yada, yada, yada. You can go to the About. They started pretty small back in the day. I think selling just some buttons. I looked it all up. I was obsessed. Ooh, $5 clearance sale. But looks like a fun company. I've been interested since I found out they're here, you know, but I'm not a programmer in the least. But the concept of doing and helping for them as an event space and wanting to be like, okay, that's awesome. All right. Have you met your boss? That's all I care about. So that's the thing, is that I really know I could add something to whatever they're trying to be about and do, right? That's what ConstantCon was. That's what all that stuff was. Like, the second I saw, they were literally building that sign, I'm like, oh my God, went and checked everything out, looked for jobs, okay? I checked for jobs. I actually checked to see if there's jobs all the time, but I haven't seen anything. I've been meaning to just write them a blank, like, oh, hello, I've noticed you're doing this sort of thing, right? Well, my name's Frank Powers, I do this, I do that, blah, 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 blah. I want to be the guy that does this when you start this. I want to be that guy, all right? I had this whole pitch, okay? That's amazing. I actually saw some of that, all right? So I have this whole pitch that I was talking to U of A at a point, that I was meeting with people to develop and move ConstantCon and merge it to this different concept and basically make like a video game museum, but it was a video game meteorite skateboard museum and comic store. Like, that's what it was. The logo was, because I had all these connections to the U of A, okay? And, oh, that's awesome, okay? So, oh, no kidding. So, because Tucson is very close to Tucson. Okay. What's Tucson, TWO Tucson? I don't even know what that is. Is that, what is that? I'm not sure you're referencing, hang on. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, why not? Sure. Here, you want to go through my portfolio real quick? Okay, second city in Earthbound. Oh, that's awesome. That's really funny. Okay, that's really funny. All right, so here's why. So here, check it out. Let's go. New window. Am I in here? Yes, I am. All right. Oh, I'm not mirror moding either. Okay. Let's do a real thing real quick. Well, it doesn't matter about portfolio. So my art portfolio is fine, but that's not what I'm trying to get a job doing there. It'd be fun to design things there too. You can see what I do, and I can show my portfolio and stuff like that. But I'm more really about wanting to be like the event manager, or even more standing like MC, even more than that. But getting maybe a full-time job or part-time job at your company with something having to do with this is my goal. And then maybe I can do some art and design the next shirt of something or help design something. That's what I do. And one day I'll do a portfolio thing. We'll look at my portfolio real quick, right? The hell with it. Let's go look at it quick now. It's not that bad, right? I like talking and having fun. New window. Let's look at my portfolio, because I just finished this. So I did this intro portfolio when I was trying to get my job as a teacher at the school. So this portfolio and my CV are, 5 months old, maybe? I worked on these so hard, and they're probably some of the best things I've ever done, is putting this together, right? So let me show you. Here we go. I'm going to show you the CV first. So here, everybody, let's take a look. If you want to hang out with me and do art, here's why you can trust that I'm a fun guy to watch do art. All right, let's go to showing you that mirror. Do I even need to do the mirror? Or should I just do this one, this one, this one? Yeah, let's do that one so you can see me a little bit. All right. So there's a cover letter. This is my CV. All right. So check it. All right. Boom, 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 boom. There's a professional photo of me on set doing I'm trying to make sure I can still see the chat. Boom. There we go. Here's professional me. This is on set at Vantage West. One of a kind educator. Arrows is the theme. Well, hello is one of my little catchphrases. Okay. So I did that. And then it's all about how, like, I am, right? I am me. So in a world of black and white stripes, I'm that zebra of a different color. All the motivational posters warned us about. I actually use that throughout my life. It's a big, big deal because I've gotten in a lot of trouble for being a fun, eccentric kind of guy. Not the best thing to say I'm kind of doing a job interview in a way, telling a guy about how good and fun I am. But people, when you're doing stage stuff and you're doing the stuff, and then it's like, oh my goodness, like, you're so over the top. And I'm like, it's an art school. You attract this type of personality. Remember, be a zebra of a different color. That's who's going to show up at your art school, right? Because sometimes the authority at art schools, well, they have a problem when creatives are creative sometimes, okay? It's happened to me at a couple of art schools. But all of that has all worked out in the end because, you got to make amends and make sure that everybody's a happy guy. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this window. take it from the top. All right, this is what we're watching and listening to, by the way. Oh, not brand new, but only 372 views. So good for you. Thanks for doing this. Scrubbing, whatever you are. 41,000 subscribers, and this only has 372 views? That's insane. Here's what you got to do to people. Subscribe. That you got to help people out. Give them the old subby. Right? Wink, wink. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, refresh a chat. Boom. All right. So I did this. I made this thing work. So it's an F, right? Kind of a big F. Creativity's up to here. Art ability's up to there. Charisma's up to here. Experience up to there. All right. So pretty good, pretty good. All right. Look, I refreshed and Ray disappeared. Ray, were you a figment of my imagination now? Did Ray disappear? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right, he's still in the Twitch chat. Ray's in the Twitch chat, but the multi-stream has now deleted everything Ray said. Anyway, ridiculous. I'm going to refresh the chat again. Maybe he bounced out. Anyway, look. Why choose me? So just some bullet points, just some of that. What I've done for the community. Okay, things like this. So check it out, April. All right, what I've done for the community. Right? Some things here, the dates. Everything's 2 sentences. Everything's 2 sentences. Trying to make things as short and reasonable. All arrows that are making me shouting about my community, but is also me shouting over the city skyline of a community. See? Good, fun digital design. All right? My professional skills. Here's a chart of how good I am at certain things. I'm definitely even better at Adobe Illustrator now. So, fun stuff. This page looks like a file folder. Then you've got my unique experience, right? Pretty good. Okay. Did you help put thumbs on that mural? You know that was me? That was me. I didn't know. Did you do that day? That's awesome. That's awesome. Did we talk? So that is awesome. Okay. So that was my idea. That's awesome. So I must have those photos. I might have you sent the photo. I sent you the photos. Did you send this photo? Is this one of the photos you sent? That would be hilarious. I'll check. I probably have those photos because I put them all in one thing. Isn't that awesome? This project was one of the best things I've ever done. And I conceptualized the whole thing. And then you saw with this and over 300 or 202 Sonins. So, yeah, that's your kid. What are the odds of this? How funny is that? How funny is that, Ray? That's ridiculous. And even a day later after you join the thing, and now what are the odds I'm doing this? And then these are the pictures you sent me, and yeah, that's my kid. Well, isn't that so funny? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's my favorite photo because it shows what it was all about more than really anything else really did. Thanks for coming out. Isn't that something? Like, happy birthday to him. He's going to be 5. One of my, Kaya from yesterday, I believe she's going to be 7. All right? It's a big month for birthdays. Big month for birthdays. That's awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Wow. That's so cool. Happy birthday. Let me know. Maybe we make a big deal for him. Let me know if you want to do something. It's so funny. Like, it's things like this that's what I'm talking about. It's things like this that's what I'm talking about. This is in a way, and April knows it, this is what Manifesting Life's all about, to a degree, right? All I've wanted is to find and contact a way, right? Thank you, April. It took a lot. This is most effort. So let's keep scrubbing, right? So this one looks like a file tab, right? So I'm going to illustration, graphic design, film, educating, right? These are my professional skills in a tab. My unique experience, right? In another file folder, as if it's the middle one, right? Broadcasting, master of ceremonies, graphic facilitation, performance, also a spokesman, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. I've been a spokesman for lots of people, right? And that, acting in films, doing that. I'm the and this is the other thing, where it's not like I'm some idiot. I'm the standing MC at Hotel Congress. I want Fangamer to know that. I'm the guy that brings in the New Year at Hotel Congress for 5 years straight. I'm the guy that brings in Halloween for 8 years now. Like, I gave a TED Talk. Like, I'm not a shy person too. So that's the other thing. And now here's my quirky ability I set up. Here's my unique Frank things, where comedy. Humor is scientifically proven to help people retain info, and when it comes to comedy, I'm a certified phonologist from the School of Hard Knocks. And that's the only little clever thing I said in this thing. I did my very best to make no jokes in any of this. So now you see this one, it's a briefcase, right? So I do a briefcase, full-time jobs, there you go, freelance gigs, design gigs, event gigs, both. So these are all things I've hosted parties at, game nights, all that stuff, right? Educational efforts. So here's my class locations. I have taught some sort of class at all of these things, all right? And educational efforts. I have taught all of these things in my own efforts and my own businesses and stuff like that. Business sense, okay? So there's my favorite picture of the bookmobile, right? I do shows, networking, branding, and promoting. I'm a good guy with marketing, all that stuff. References. Here's all the best references that I could find. All my good people in town. David Fitzsimmons, he's the best. Tony Ford, Tom Heath, right? Good times. This is Fitz. Did a doodle of me one day. It was the best. I loved it. This one day we got brunch together and it was the best. All right, so that's Dave Fitzsimmons. He's my hero. All right. The stuff that he says about me right here is amazing. All right. He's so full. Fitz is so full of crap. It's my favorite. Okay. Because I asked Fitz, can I get a letter of recommendation from you? It would mean a lot. I'm going to try and teach at the school. Okay. Fitz writes this. I'll do a little Fitz. Gentle educators. When Frank Powers told me he was applying to be a first-year experienced foundations teacher at your fine institution, I insisted on writing this reference note for Frank. He insisted upon it, right? How funny is that? It's ridiculous, okay? Wow, no kidding. You went to school with one of his kids? No kidding. And Paul Mitchell's kids, that's amazing. That's rad. That's so funny. Here's from Tony, which I took a small business class from him. He was like a mentor. Tom Heath was the guy in charge of THT TV, and I've done freelance for him. All right, so he hired me to do the telethons, hosting the telethons. And then Nina Hernandez, who she asked her letter not be printed publicly and just sent to the school, I believe. I don't think I included, right? She was a teacher that I taught her class how to do comics for like several years, right? And again, that's a big deal because she's someone that actually watched me teach and complimented me on it and really was like, you really are. Here's me in the media. So a film reel, newspaper. These are all the writings that I like. Tucson Weekly, Undercover Arts Magazine, Arizona Daily Star, and This is Tucson. And then here's a news report on me for being in KOLD News. Here was me about paint stock. Here's my news report about paint stock, right? And then thank you very much. It's an all arrows. Thank you again, right? So there you go. I like media, right? Because that was it. So media, right? And that's the other, because it says, like that was kind of theme, like my this, my that, my expertise, my, it's me a lot, my this, I am me, right? So again, kind of a loose theme. If you are looking, there's an F, a P, and an exclamation point. So my initials are in there. This is all made of arrows. All of this, that's an arrow pointing down. That's an arrow pointing up. You see it's a curved arrow like on a street sign. So there you go. Like a lot of design went into this and a lot of thought. So that's just design, but also like hire this man, right? So that was my CV. All right. So then here's portfolio. All right, this is orange because blue and orange, right? So let's complement those colors. Also, I'm a New Yorker. I mean, I don't like the Mets, but makes sense. So Frank Powers, a one-of-a-kind portfolio, right? So there's a version of me where I'm clean shaven and have a full head of hair. And there's a version of me where I'm clean shaven on my head and have a full beard of hair. This will come up again later. And I made this one kind of look like a magazine a little more than other portfolios. So here we go, the comic book mobile. So remember, this is just about showing art. So again, there you go. There's the logo for my business. Here's another version of it. Here's the newspaper that I made for kids, right? To promote. Here's the interior. It is 8 comic strips in 8 different comic styles with 8 punchlines, but still work as one long story from me sleeping, waking up, checking my email, getting ready, taking a shower, going to the burn ward because I got burned in the shower, trying out 8 different outfits in like just a bunch of different cartoon styles, picking the outfit I'm going to wear, getting dressed, going out kind of like a Muppet, and I don't have pants, right? And then that's my kind of traditional drawing style. So there you go. So that's the idea behind that. I make motivational posters. I also wrote all these. I give these out to the kids who come to the events. This is a children's dentist book that I made, and they even use my images on the wrap. So all my images are on this wrap for their van, right? And all this cute stuff. Right? Lots of diversity. I'm doing a project like this right now. Lots of diversity, super important, right? Everything's the Burger King Kids Club, right? That's, you got to think about it like. The ABCs of Groceries, my other children's book. That's all about ABCs. There's a display I did for Trader Joe's. Here was a cartoon pitch I made for someone making their characters about chemistry, right? This was a Royal Flush magazine. I drew and designed all of this. This was their like kind of a man magazine, but this just shows more cartooning and celebrity caricature, stuff like that. that, like, look at this. This should be on the cover of Rolling Stone. This is Freddie Freddie Mercury, right? There you go. Queen, Freddie Mercury, there you go. All right. So we got that. No Job, No Problem. This was the first thing Pissed Off Panda was kind of published in a magazine. Like, this was one of the best things he was ever a part of. It's about how you take the day off when you don't have a job, right? Now here's Pissed Off Panda. Look at him age throughout time, right? And then now, what does he look like now? He's got a bag in his head, so it's timeless. So there you go. Here's more Pissed Off Panda comic. So this also kind of feels like it would work. These 3 pages work almost like it could end right here, right? An After Hours comic, right? So fun. Me with my friend. There's Horrible Carlin Ross. I like playing with panels a lot, making panels move. Black and white things from Tucson, halftones and screen printing. The LOL crawl where they licensed Pissed Off Panda to be the mascot of this event. A mini comic, again about people, right? Pretty good. That one's kind of old. I was the roller derby advertisement guy for the roller derby. I did all their flyers, and I made one look like old-timey comic, all that stuff. Here's some wrestling stuff I did for local wrestlers. This never actually made it, and I love this. The Microphone Luchador, get out of town. Greetings from Historic 4th Avenue. I love this one. I drew all of these. I love it. Pops out of the thing, right? These were banners that hung along during that. I made this for Return of the Mermaids. It's a little busy, but this was a map, a treasure map, to go to all the businesses. These are the businesses that actually were taking part in what we do, right? This is, I believe, like 9th Street and 10th, or this is 9th, this is 4th, and these are the businesses, and you got to guess which one is which based on what it is. Some of the businesses are gone. The donut place is gone now, right? These are some more graphic design to show you it's not all, you know, that sort of thing. Like, I love my Spirit of the West poster. I was told, this is a car club, a Mustang club. They said, all I don't want to see one car on that poster. That's what she said. So pretty funny when you get asked to design a poster, and what happens is, you know, the edict is, I just don't want to see a car. You know, pretty funny. So Trader Joe's, Ignite Fitness, right? These were stickers I designed for a real company that made the stickers. They had the Disney license. They had the Spider-Man license. They had the Spider-Verse license. And this is old stuff from high school to show people I know how to use colored pencils, can draw a real person, can paint. And then here's some motion stuff. iMovie movies. And then thank you, which shows that one photo, the 2 photos in the beginning were one photo of me being a maniac, which is my favorite. And now, all the more reason why I wish that I had these glasses on when I had that photo, because look at these glasses, the best, fantastic. Anyway, there's a self-indulgent tour of all my stuff and why I want to work at Fangamer and think I do a great job, not only if I was designing some stuff, but moreover, hosting live events and bringing the party and designing live events and designing good entertainment that then also could be in charge of when it comes to streaming and knowing how to build their stream. I don't know, does Fangamer have a Twitch yet? Do they have their own Twitch? Because that's interesting. I wonder if they're already on there doing stuff as a group. Because if not, let's get that party started, okay? That's the spirit. April, thank you so much. So things quieted down. I didn't know if I bored everyone away. Hey, it still fits the bill for cartooning for sure. I just took a break from inking a little bit. So now let's get back to that. But yeah, so that's everything that I'm all about, right? So look how hype I just got for like 30 minutes over the idea that you work at Fangamer, but then also over the idea that what are the odds that I'm like, let's show you this now, and by the way, here's a picture of your son. Like, like I used a photo that you actually happen to send me. Like, that's amazing. And again, that's kind of how things have to work, you know? Because I'm not going to be shy about it, right? I've been trying to make the idea of I need to get a full-time job started to be this new thing I said. But I wanted it to be somewhere I really cared about and could support and believed in and all of that. And then Fangamer shows up. I'm like, keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it. I checked it every week looking for something. And then even started like, all right, let's send a you know, out of nowhere. Hello, I want to work here doing something. I know, I'm wondering if you're going to use an event space. If so, I would like to be the first person to apply for this job. You know? I know I could do it better than... I know I can do better than anyone. I'll just say it. I don't care. I got a lot of experience. I've got the heart. I've got the passion for that exact thing. It's a company I would want to see grow, even if I didn't work there. This is the type of place you root for. You know, was already rooting for it. Like, I don't know. It's just nuts. So I like this sort of stuff when it happens. And, you know, I don't know. I only see this as good. So I'm flat out just feeling good about this. I don't know. I just think it's a big deal. I just think it's a big deal, Ray, if you're still hanging out. But I regardless, like, I just think it's a big deal that just happened with Ray. That's so funny to me. You know? That's so funny because I really, you know, you really want to work somewhere you care about. And I said, I don't want to get a job. I want a vocation. I'm not going to get a job at the grocery store. I need to work in something I care about. Entertainment, helping people, putting on the funnest night, giving a space to nerds especially, and people that, you know, don't always fit in your mainstream stuff, your comic fans, your nerds, your gamers, you know, the indoor kids to a degree. Like, I was given a bunch of advice the other day on how you can overcome all that. And that's what I kind of tried to make with ConstantCon anyway, but I couldn't do it because, you know, it's ridiculous. It's hard to have a company. You know, it's hard to do that stuff. But, I mean, holy geez. Like, if there was ever a place I could have wished into existence, it's Fangamer being, I think, a 3-minute drive from my house. You know? Like, I live off of Mountain, you know, like right by Grant. Like, I live right near here. Right near where they are. So it's so funny. It's so funny. It's weird that your dream job could be a biking distance away. You know? And who knows? Maybe I'm getting overzealous here with dream job and things like that. But with what I'm describing and what my goals are, and what they've always been for this town, and whatever, like, they are. Cons are a lot of work to put on. I even put on that TuskCon to some degree. I gave them the virtual TuskCon. I'm even going to do more with it. You know? But I don't know. My goal of, like, just being everyone's best friend, which is hence the idea of best Frank forever, like, is attainable to a degree, in my opinion. I want to work at the right place that gives me the right opportunity to do this sort of stuff, you know? And that might be it. And that's a big ask, isn't it? But it's really not. Because I've worked really hard to be the type of guy that says, look at my resume, look at the CV, I want to work here. And that here would go, we want you to work here. You know? So we'll see. Wow, my hopes are really up. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's so funny. Tucson's such a great small town. You know? For all the negatives that can come with that, there's a lot of positives that come with it, of being in the great small town. You know? It's so fun. And, you know, cons are hard to put on. And remember, this was my business, Constant Con, which I realize, again, the worst name ever, obviously. But I should have called it Constant Convention, because then it would have, a lot more people would have come, because it's not slang. And we could have been anything. Like, hey, this week I invited a bunch of home and garden people here. And it's a constant convention of different styles of things that would allow me to kind of open up to more events and not just try to get nerds to show up, because nerds are the indoor kids, and I would constantly get messages about, hey, I've always wanted to come down there, but I don't know anybody. I'm like, just come down. I'll introduce you to people. Just come down. It's really hard for people to do that. And maybe some people will come once and they try, and then they don't come again because they didn't talk to anyone. It was tough. They did have a good time. Like, did you have a good time? Did you want to do this? And you can tell it's just really hard for people to break out of their shell. You know? You need a big place like Bookman's to help you. You need a big place because it's all about trust, and you got to be able to stay afloat. And, you know, we weren't you know, getting 10 random artists to try and help pay for a space, but then a lot of them just didn't, I don't know, they didn't realize what they were kind of getting into. And they, you know, me and Tally were talking about this the other day. Like, there were some people that were there and they rented a space and paid hundreds of dollars for it and never shared that they were down there. Never shared, didn't show up for a month at a time. You know, didn't show up. They just put their stuff in there and they thought that was it. And I'm like, you know, you really should come down. Oh, I want to. I know. I need to. I know. You know, it's hard. People really think better of themselves for certain things. I say it's joining the gym, you know, and you know, you're renting, you're paying a monthly fee to do this thing, and you're saying, I just got to show up, and then just showing up's the hardest part. But I really did love Constant Con, and it was fun, and I got a little taste. And then again, no mistakes. I rolled that into the comic book mobile. You know, I pivoted because there I was after being there for 2 years, and I missed Festival of Books, and I missed TusCon once, and I missed this once because I was at my store having to run it, and every other person that rents it there was at the event because they're making money at the booth, you know? So I felt kind of stuck. And I'm like, you know, the thing is to take the show on the road. Like, that is what it is. And sometimes you got to realize that no one, all of you have to realize no one cares about your project as much as you do. And that thing was certainly my project, apparently. As much as you try to get people involved, not everybody has all the effort. And I've noticed most people don't have most of my effort, for goodness sakes. And I don't know. It's just something I always keep going for, is your own business. I mean, that's my idea. Like, you got to put everything into it. You got to put so much of yourself in your creative endeavors. And as much as you want someone to do a podcast with you, or to do something with you, or go to the gym with you, you have to go to the gym. You have to care more than like, well, no one's going to go with me. I got to do this myself. You know? I use the gym as an analogy. You know, maybe it does mean the gym, or maybe it just means I've got to start writing down what I eat every day. I've been saying I've been meaning to do it. I've got to this. I've got to. You do gotta. You know? But your band, you know, this is why bands fail. Because all 4 members of that band don't care about the band enough. The bands that succeed are the ones that look at the band as like, we're all the band. And some band members look at their roles as, I'm a drummer, but it's, you know, they don't talk about the band. They don't promote their shows. Like, it's weird. Where you have some people that are so diehard about their bands, you get 4 people that are that diehard, you're going to have a lot of full shows, you know? And that's a difference maker, like, for sure. But you got to be your biggest fan, obviously. And I talk about that all the time, you know? Like, no one's going to support you the way you need to support you. You know? Never take it personal. I went on a rant on a friend's post about it. Because he was complaining that no one supports his efforts for something. Like, go to my wrestling show. And I wrote, it is not your friends and family's job, okay, to invest in every single thing that you do, right? I had game nights. How many friends of mine didn't come to game night? Most of them. Does that make me mad? No, it doesn't. Have I gone to all of my friends' bands' shows? No, but I've certainly been the one that goes the most. You know, have I gone to my friends' nights that they run a night? Yes, but have I missed some of them? Yes. You know, that's going to happen. We're all guilty of it. But you can't take it personally when it happens to you, and that's why. Success is getting strangers to care about what you're creating. And that's whether it's a song, the new candy bar, a live event. It's not about always you can't fill every show with your friends and family. You can do that one time. Take it from a guy that has done this. Perfect example is this. I threw a Kickstarter, my first Kickstarter, and I made a mistake. I made this practice Kickstarter with a low goal of 500 and all this stuff, right? So what ends up happening is it's good advice, right, April? What ends up happening, especially you're creative, you're going after it, right? I'm sure plenty of people are like, what are you doing, right? And they can't fathom it. They can't fathom what you do, right? Because she travels around. She's a traveler, puts on shows, magic shows, and like cool things about curious things from all over the world. And it's awesome, and does conventions and all that crap. I'm sure some of her family is just delighted that that's what she chose to do, right? Because that's what it is. You can't get offended by that. Don't worry about it. You know? Like, so long as they don't hate you or have a problem with what you're doing, that's the thing. That's what family's supposed to support. But they don't have to go to every one of your things the same way. Like, I then did another Kickstarter and another Kickstarter. They kind of failed because everyone's like, go for it, first effort Kickstarter, the first Kickstarter they ever did it to. My aunt, my uncle, my cousin, friends from college, this and that also go for it, Frank, I believe in you, Kickstarter, yay. And then 2 months later, he's got another Kickstarter. Do you think all those same people said, I'll give him another $50? No, absolutely not. Because how could you expect everyone to do that? You know, everyone's going to buy issue 1 of your comic. Everyone's going to come to your band's first show or first real big show, right? Are they going to come to the 5th one? Do you expect them to come to the 5th one? Do you expect them to buy your 5th, 6th, every month because you made something? They owe you $5? You're now a Netflix subscription because you make something? It's now their responsibility to always say, oh, I will always support monetarily the things that you come up with, Frank, because I'm your friend and family. No, they have to support it by maybe talking about it, sharing it, letting me talk to them about it, giving me ideas about it. They're the people I brainstorm with. You're not going to brainstorm with strangers, right? Strangers have to show up and buy it. They're the ones that show up when you've already made the thing. But your friends can help you create it. They can help you do other things that are free, you know? Even your friends aren't supposed to buy all your stuff. You can give your friends stuff because you want people to read it. The same way like, oh, do you want your comic reviewed? Well, you have to send it to someone. They're not going to buy your comic to review it. That's why bands send their CDs out. They don't say, boy, I hope this guy buys my CD. No, they send them to radio station being like, hey, would you give this a listen? And what do you think? And they send it to labels. No one's getting discovered, you know? So all of that is just like a good solid rant and a half about being creative. And you got to make sure that you know you're in it. And you have to be in it the most. No one you know will ever care about the thing you're doing as much as you. Okay? And in fact, sometimes when you meet people and they do seem to care about something you're doing a bit too much, and you're like, what does this person care about? It almost seems weird, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, you need to be, like, it does feel like that way, right? It depends on what's up. But I don't know. Most times I believe it's the other way around. Faux life. Hilarious. There you go. She's got a remote. I don't even know if I was a camera for some of that. Whoops. And I gotta remember what that briefcase says, and I'm gonna wait to do some of their shirts, maybe, if I feel like it. You know, I want to see that. And then we're gonna go back here, go back to these folks. Oh, did I get them already? I can get her. Oh, there's another puppy. Let's get that puppy. We can do this. We can do this guy. Am I in there? Yeah, there I am. So, some friendly advice from me again. And again, this is one of those things where I make all these videos. They're 2 hours long, right? And I should be keeping track. April, just like we said, I even made a joke about it in the beginning of this stream, and then went and got a piece of paper and forgot about it this entire time, right? Because you see me, I'm all over the place. But writing down the topics and all the stuff that we're talking about the whole time is super, super important. and super good to do, and it helps you be way organized, right? So I got to do some of that maintenance on all of this. Oh, I color in those eyes. There you go. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Oh yeah. So you do these long things, and I'm going to rewatch them, right? And then you take a clip out, like that whole rant I just did that's maybe 7 minutes, and I put that up separately as a separate small video that's on the playlist, Some Frank Advice. That's the topic, where it's just me giving my advice, because I do it a lot, and I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of good advice, because I'm not afraid to talk about all my failures, all the times I've tried a lot of things, not afraid to talk about who I was and who I am, you know, how I overcame certain stuff. My favorite thing to read is a biography. I love reading the mistakes people make that you then learn from, because then you don't have to make those mistakes, and biographies are the best way to do that. And what is live streaming and all this blogging stuff but just people's biographies, you know? So I like just giving advice. How did you this? How did you that? And I'm like, well, here's some good advice. You know how you start moving forward? Just like yesterday, stop lying to yourself. You know, you stop feeling bad. You stop having expectations of people that you shouldn't have, because you put it in a different perspective. Again, I did 3 Kickstarters. My aunt and uncle are supposed to give me money every time? No, they're not. It's just, that's ridiculous. Because then, like, what's even some of the point of some of it, right? Because I've supported certain people's Kickstarters, you know? That doesn't mean that they have to support mine. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're handing $5 back and forth to each other. That's not the point. It's about getting strangers to pay attention to the thing you're doing. Because it's not about follow for follow, fund for fund. If I fund my thing, if you fund my thing now, I'll fund yours later. Well, it doesn't make sense. Did I get any money then? No. It doesn't make any sense. You know, there might be the one good thing of like, oh, it got, you know, it helps maybe, I don't know, in one way or another, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. You might think you're helping an algorithm or doing a thing because, oh, it's that many more things on there, but not really, you know? And again, with editing things and taking stuff out of these things, I can then pick those funny moments that were ridiculous where something happens and do like the best ofs and just do this. And I've always been able to think about doing that, right? Good idea, right, April? That's what you're supposed to do. That is the template for this. It's not even like I'm inventing that. That's just what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to make shorter content out of all your content and make sure everything's labeled and organized real easy. You ever gone to someone's YouTube page and you like some of their stuff and then you go check out their videos and it's just, oh, here's all their videos. No playlists, no rhyme or reason. How are you supposed to go find, oh, they have other chiptunes like this that are copyright free. I go to their page. Oh, it's just all their videos and they're all disorganized and they're not labeled in all the same folders of, oh, here's all the copyright free ones on one playlist. How am I supposed to navigate that? You can't, you know? So putting all these things in one playlist, oh, now I can just hit play. And all of these are copyright free, you know? So same thing. Here's the Frank Advice section. All these things about advice. Put all the right tags, put all the right stuff. It's post-production, so it'll be all like correct. Oh, we talked about lying. We talked about this. We talked about taking things personally, you know? And you make I make some graphics for each thing and make it a real topic and then start posting those as well. But you can see it makes your life really full time because you got to then sit, kind of rewatch what you're doing or take notes while you're going along. Take time count notes, which you're supposed to do. The best YouTube videos are the ones that are time coded, right? If you go down in the description, you can just click, oh, 1601 is when he starts talking about this part. Now they even break it up in the stream itself, in the little red line. You can just like each time of the video is a chapter. You know, oh, at this stage in it, we started talking about this. At this stage, we started talking about that. So that's another thing one can do, you know? Oh, that's funny. I realized what I was doing here with the army guys. See all these army guys at the bottom, right? They all do have the shaved heads because this guy, I always love the idea of a bald barber, and he's the barber looking at this guy's full head of curly hair. That's funny. He's coming to get him. That's funny. Oops. But you don't all have to have bald heads now in the army and stuff. You can have different hairs for sure. All right. Just cleaning things up while I'm chatting with you. Do. Get those firemen's. Bunch of fun firemen. All right. Dun 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 dun. And that's why a lot of these podcasts you hear or things like that of people that do stuff like all the time, what they do is, okay, see, there's Hiko. I support people. Okay, look at this. Ray, my CV is nothing compared to this. Look, I got all the Ray stuff here, and I didn't see any of it. Okay? So there's Ray back there. CV's nothing compared to this. I think they do stuff for GDQ, which is huge here. Okay. I'm at Mortal Kombat match coming up, so we'll be out of chat, and we'll lurk for you. Okay, gonna go stream. Oh, I'll go look for Ray in a little bit. So he's doing some stuff, and I support people. Thank you, Hikoko, because that's what you gotta do. You gotta support that grind, right? You gotta support the grind. Have I been on this straw reference? I didn't need to be on this the whole time. So that's exactly right. And again, stream chat, multi-stream. Can we get a refresh with everyone's words in there? My goodness. Maybe it didn't refresh Ray because he had bounced out. So maybe that's what it was. So we'll see if Hiko's in here and if he gets repopulated in this chat. I think it's all in this one. I'm not sure if it's refreshing. Like again, when I talk about refresh the chat, I talk about my chat that's here because I see a different chat window, right? And see how it's having a tough time loading whatever it's trying to do. Here's the Twitch one that is just Twitch people, right? And then boom, there's multi-stream, right? Refresh again, you bastard, right? Is it already 1:51? This was the fastest 2-hour one we ever did. This was so fast. This is ridiculous. There's everybody populating. I love that idea, but Hiko still didn't pop up, which is annoying. Okay? So hopefully it works if he does pop another line in there. Because I also never, you can't tell if you said that 5 minutes ago or if you said that 1 second ago, because it wouldn't have shown up to disrupt April's because it didn't repopulate. Anywho, you know, and that's just because I like paying attention to everybody. Again, Ray was talking about Mortal Kombat. Like, could have chimed in easy. Could have chimed in real easy. All right. So, I need to finish some more families too. Oh, there's another family in here that I didn't ink. There's actually a few, but I did just do my 2 hours, although I'm having an okay time. How pumped was I? How pumped am I, April? It's ridiculous, right? Like, let me tell you, since Ray's not here now, I can be a little more unprofessional. Right? Okay? I want that so much. I want that gig. Oh my God. I want it. I keep doing the weird wrong cam. That's that. I want it so bad. Could you imagine it? April, you get it. What are the odds that I'm thinking about Fangamer like I'm thinking about it, right? Watching that thing, I write it on the board, right? Remember the board that you know that's like, that's a good big vision board, remember, right? It's 8 feet tall, right? So that's on my thing. Keep checking Fangamer once a week. Go look for jobs once a week. Go check for all this stuff, right? Thinking about it. Meet Ray yesterday, and obviously know Ray from like acquaintancy stuff from around town, steampunk stuff, and just online and stuff. The fact that he took that picture at Paint Stock and it's let's look at my CV. And it's like, that's my kid. What story is that he then gets to go tell the CEO of this company, right? Who is a young man, by the way. It's not like you think CEO, it's some old man. These are a couple guys that created this company, a couple young guys. And I think the company's been around for 8 years, 7 years, something like that. Slowly just growing. And they only had like one license back in the day. I think they were just making a couple, like 4 buttons and whatever. Manifesting. April knows the deal. That's right. Okay? So again, you disappeared for a while, left the stove on, and then you've been a quiet lurker today. But not. So you just typed both of those things, but I didn't see them. That stinks. Right? Here they are, but you're not there in the chat. And again, are you on the chat here that I can't see? Like April, do you see Hikoko's chat? Do you see his chat popping up? Because he's still not popping up in the Twitch over here. Just Facebook is in the Twitch, is in the multi-stream, and Twitch is where he's showing up. So just real quick, April, is he popping in when he said those things? I think he is. I think if I squint, I can see him. Yeah, yes, so April can see him. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, then if I just got to do this a little bit and switch back and forth, that's not that big a deal. Okay, April, you can't see him. All right. Because, like, if I go here, here's my mirror. So this, right, this is your chat that you should see. And isn't this you here? And then this is the two things he just said. Do you see them or no? You don't see the two? Wow. Then why is it showing up even here? You know what? Let's do that again and do that again. Okay, so now, wait, I just did that. So Hikoko, you can see their comments. Now what happens? I just refreshed that there. Now you are here again. So now you type that, Hiko, and now you did pop up on the multi-stream. So I don't know if that's because I did the thing where I refreshed and went back to the starting thing. I'm not sure. Either way. Okay? You have to squint to see it. Right, well, exactly. Okay? All right, well, either way. Okay, so you can see their comments. All right, either way. It's interesting. I don't know. Sometimes the multi-stream thing, it's just choosing what to do, and I'm wondering if some of its behavior is based on which of these I'm on, might be screwing with it. Because you see, when you do this thing, and then go back, it repopulates your events, and it repopulates your stream over here, see? Like that starts to repopulate, because I just kind of reset it. And there's everything we've been talking about, you know? So, whatevs. Anyway, whatever. Pretty wild, though. Pretty wild that like, way to manifest a thing. Like, how funny. I hope he goes and shows his CEO boss, who's probably the guy that I was talking to when I got the buzzer, like, yo, let me just show you this one thing. And just shows him. Like, just shows him my live stream. And just like, he's the guy. He's the guy, if you're thinking about it. Right? Everyone's always so afraid of me. Because, maniac, fun times, fun guy, blah, 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 really eccentric, really excited, really want to do it, really want to do this. All that sort of thing. I don't think Fangamer is the type of company like, we're afraid he's too fun and loud for our video game themed entertainment expo place. That's insane. That's insane. Like, come on! We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I manifested something. April, let's hope I did. Because, you know, now you feel weird. I don't want to now send a letter and send a message. I'm going to now kind of I'll figure out a game plan, maybe even just with Ray, and be like, so dude, what should I do? What do you think I should do? Like, do you think I should have you ask about it and ask for me, bring it up? Like, blah, blah, blah. Do I even ask Ray? Do I wait a week? Do I wait a little while? Like, what should I do? You know? Because not like I'm not afraid to ask Ray, but like, Ray, I really want to work there. Put in a good word for me. Remember, statistically, 46%, you're 46% likely to get a job if someone works there says, if it's a recommendation from an employee that works there. Okay, you're 46% likely to get the gig. All right, if you are doing like LinkedIn and a resume and an interview, 4% likely to get that job. All right, so any job you're going for off the street, random hiring, all this sort of thing, and you just show up with here's my resume and an application, and that's it. Your likeliness of getting that job is 4%. All right, and there's a few other ways to obviously up the percentage. You know, like attentive. You know, good interview obviously helps, and the degrees help. Your degrees, references obviously, like all these things count. You know, if I have 3 great references and this other guy has 0, I'm more likely to do better than him. So obvious. So all those things work to some degree, but the idea of someone that works there says you got to hire this guy, it's just like any advertising. So I always ask this of people, all right? And it is, and even like, right? You know, and isn't that exactly right? Okay, April, that's exactly what I think I should do. It's just like, all right, now there it is. Let's keep it out there, put it out there, and let's hope it just naturally happens, you know? And let's give it time for that to maybe happen, because that would be the best thing ever, you know? Oh, and wouldn't it? It's just all I want. It's all I want. Just something you can throw all of your heart in. Because that's the problem with working at a company. You can't do that. I'm not going to throw all my heart into Amazon. And anyone that's like, Trader Joe's used to kind of do that because they were a small company. But then they got bought, and now they're a big corporate conglomerate that slowly whittled away everyone's benefits and slowly whittled away some of the ways things were done and whittled away the amount of raises you can get and all this crap that Trader Joe's did as they became a big corporation. You know, working for a smaller company, like this company that I'm doing this for. There's a community investment company in Tucson that helps first-time home buyers get free money to buy homes. All they do is help small businesses and small business owners, and I mean really small business, like food truck owners. Not, you know what qualifies for like a small business in this country? Having less than 500 employees and like you make some amount of millions of dollars. Like what? That's considered a small business. I don't know what they can consider. I have a food truck and 2 employees. Like, I don't know what they consider that to be, you know? So, like, and when they were doing all the PPE loans that were happening, that's why a lot of those 4th Avenue businesses didn't know what to do. They're all, I'm a thrift shop, I'm a small deli, I'm a small this, right? No one on 4th Avenue is $1 million, but aren't they all small businesses? Yeah. And that's why none of them got the PPE loans, right? Or the PPP loans. So it's kind of this like weird thing with that. And Fangamer's growing, but it's a company that you can believe in because obviously they're for nerds, their culture, their Tucson. I've watched them kind of grow over the years. It's a couple of guys that believed in themselves at first, you know, like that's inspirational. Like, you know, doesn't seem like they have a horrible corporate agenda, you know, like that's the thing. And I just don't believe Best Buy employees when they're just like, I just believe in my company so much. I just love the Best Buy community. Like, don't really think that exists there, you know? And some places have it, but I'm willing to bet most don't. I just don't believe people when they just go, I just love it. My company, Amazon. I just have such a personal connection with Amazon. I really want Amazon to succeed because I'm an Amazon employee. You know? They don't give you stock options anymore. That's why you used to work hard for your companies too, was because if your company grows, you grow. Like that's the point of like growing with a company and moving up in a company. And then you move up and you get those stock options because that's worth something because you've grown the company, you know, like substantially. And you're a part of it. And if you work hard, then you get brought in to where you get them stocks and you're a part of that company a bit more. Not anymore. Now it's a lot of damn near slave labor in this country for a lot of things. For basic health care, for goodness sakes. Like we've tied our health care into our employment. Like, you know, a lot of the rest of the world proves that that's why we are actually the least freest nation in the world. Everyone thinks we're the freest. And if you look at healthcare, education, and some of the thing, we're actually like the worst. Like we already live in that like oligarchy style of stuff. Again, the guy on GoFundMe like weeps as he says, I didn't go out to invent the #1 health insurance platform in America. Because that's what it is. Because it's all of us begging our friends and family to help us take care of our sick dogs, pets, and children, and families and everything. Dogs and pets are kind of the same thing. Like, it's sad. But I've certainly worked at companies, and boy, they do not care about you. And they'll tell you they care about you. My dad just got this eye-opening thing. Worked at that company for 30 years. 30 years we worked at a company. 30 years doing this, 30 years doing that. And then the last year was like, hey, it would actually be easy if we just bought you out of the last 2 years. We just want to replace you with this young guy. So can you train him? And offered him this thing, and then he leaves, and no big party, no whatever. I don't even think you got to watch. They were just like, hey, take it easy. That's it. Just buys. Like, and he kind of couldn't believe it. Like, they kind of threw him out. Because that company had changed owners, and things change, and the fact that you worked there for 20 years, that guy now, or 30 years, whatever, that guy doesn't care now. He doesn't like it. Now he thinks you're entitled because you worked there for that long. And they're overpaying you for you've worked there for that long. We can get someone to replace you. you know, and you're going to train them. And they'll be 24, and we're going to pay them half or a third of what we pay you because you've worked here for 30 years and earned constant increases based on percentages and bonuses based on them good years back in the day. So there's just a lot to consider with what we do with the time in our lives. And my whole thing has always been, and again, April, I'm sure you get it, you don't work at some jerk job. You don't man a register. You don't, you know, that's the thing. Like, you chase those creative dreams, you know? And even if some of us do the crap job, manning a register for somebody so that it fuels the dreams, hey, as long as it doesn't get in the way of those dreams, you know? But most of those grunt jobs of, I stock them shelves at Target, I get my 30-minute break, okay, I get home, boy, I'm so exhausted from dealing with all these people at Target. You know, it's hard. I did a lot of stocking jobs, you're exhausted. Worked at Trader Joe's, you're exhausted. And the reason I loved Trader Joe's for as long as I did was I was the sign guy. It was my vocation. I have a job, a career doing art. Do I work for, you know, the #1 advertising company in the world? No. But does every Trader Joe's have its own artist that gets to make his own jokes about the bananas are appealing and I get $1 raise perhaps if I earn it every 6 months and I just get to draw cartoons and I'm left alone. Then the corporate structure changes and now, oh, I'm not a sign artist, I'm a crew member. You don't get the same hours as this anymore because it has to be fair to everybody and we got to put you on register because it has to be fair to everybody. And then I go, hey, you can't yell at me for not having these signs done. You put me on register for 5 hours. You should have had someone else on register. Oh, we got to put everybody on register. I'm like, well, when there's a leak and you want the plumber and there's only one plumber that works here and you say, oh, sorry, he was always on register, so we can't fix that leak. That's not how you run a business, right? Because you're going to flood. So that was the problem. They have a sign guy. I'm the only guy in the building that can draw, me and another guy. They put us on register. Oh, you're not getting your job done with the signs. Well, you keep putting us on register. There's only so many hours in a shift. How are we supposed to get all of these signs done for a Fearless Flyer? And remember, signs is 8 feet by 2 feet chalkboard banners, as well as about 4,000 little daily signs that you have to check and update every day. So it's kind of, you know, this weird thing where, boy, this job isn't about drawing anymore. Every day I go in, this mean woman put me on Frozen today. And there's a lot of nepotism at Trader Joe's. I end up losing my job in the art room because of I was stacking a bunch of shelves and then I have bad back and a bad shoulder. My shoulder breaks and my clavicle pops out, right? Here, let's have a gross look at it. Let's take a gross look. Boom! Oh, it's disgusting. Oh my God. Acme. You know, you can always trust an Acme product in the desert, right? And I had surgery on my shoulder, right? So that meant that I had to, not work for a few months. So when I try to come back from work, I'm trying to get in the art room, right? They were trying to save me the spot. This woman says, oh, I'm taking advantage of stuff. I'm there trying to work, can't do it. I need to be in the art room. You're just trying to be in the art room, not be on register. And I'm like, I can't even stand because it screws you up. That's the problem. It's dominoes. I have bad back, I have scoliosis and whatever. Breaking this ends up kind of screwing my alignment. And then I was having trouble standing for hours. I'm standing at the register like a flamingo. So this woman puts me in Frozen. I'm unpacking Frozen and having to lift giant pallets and lift all this. I'm like, I can't do this job. I heard through the walls, so not through the grapevine, but myself through the walls, the district manager would come in and he's screaming at the manager at the time and he goes, anybody that works here that's worked here more than 7 years and says it's not the way that it used to be doesn't need to be here anymore. Because they started hiring they stopped promoting from within. They started hiring business school people to be the bosses and business school people to be this and that, right? And what happens is that culture changes and you have all these people that work there forever that are maxed, right? 50-year-old men, and they got a 23-year-old girl that just graduated college, 22. And this happened. And now she's their boss and they're mistreating her. Makes sense. You can't do that. But also, they're telling the other employees It's not the way it used to be. Oh, you should have been here last year. You should have been here back in the day. And all they would do is complain. And they would turn the new employees against the modern system of Trader Joe's. So I heard this guy, and that's something that happened, where a guy that worked there changed his schedule, right? Guy that worked, yeah, Hiko knows. Guy that worked there changed his schedule, all right, on his own, because he worked there. He's like, oh, you put me on this? And he went into the pit and just changes his work schedule. So they fired him. And he worked there for 11, 12 years because he was entitled, the entitlement. And all these people who worked there for that long, they're walking around with entitlement, right? So I hear the district manager say, anybody that says that gets fired. And I'm like, so I had been there 9 years, okay? And I waited to get to that 8 years, so I was fully vested. That means I get 100% of my 401k. If I quit the year before, I get 80%. If I quit the year before, I get 60%, okay? So, minus penalties, all right? And that's how I opened my business. I knew that. I want to quit Trader Joe's after 4 years, or 5 years, because that started to get crappy. I roughed through it for 4 more years and 2 debilitating injuries, okay? Because also I'm tall, so you're always kind of leaning down to get all people's stuff, because God forbid they bag their own things or take stuff. And Trader Joe's is all, oh, let me get everything out of the cart for you, and let me, powder your nose while you do it, and give you a pat on the back while you do it, and tell you you're so pretty. Like, that's what it is. They even added, by the way, a little bit after I left, they added smiling. You have to smile in the book. So, like, they can yell at you and take that off your thing, because people would get strikes for not smiling enough. And then they finally made it a thing in the book. Yep, it's in the rules that you have to smile now. You can get docked on your reviews because you're always frowning. You have to smile. And now they can yell at you for not smiling. Corporate, right? So that's what happened. That's what happened. That's why I say I suffered enough. I suffered enough. Okay? A decade of my life, and not to mention every other job I've been working since I'm 10. I lied to work to get a paper route at 10 years old so I could buy comics and Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic and Knuckles had come out. I want to buy a NBA Jam. I need this $50 video game. My $5 allowance ain't going to cut it, right? So I got a job as a paperboy. And I even saved the money for my car, because then I'm making, I think, $100 or something. My dad's taking that money from me and only giving me a little bit of it, to save for a car. So always worked, never not had a job, workaholic, working on my own dreams on the side, chasing all this stuff, all of it, using every minute. Time is money, right? All of it, to do everything all the way up until I'm 35, okay? Basically, right? I was 34, 35, still working at Trader Joe's, all right? And that's when I was finally done, opened my own business, and also had to leave because they basically said it. Here's why, here's my point. I called HR, and they tell me I should just quit. When I say this woman harassing me, she's making me frozen. I just came back from this. Well, it sounds like you're physically unable to do the job. You worked here for this long, you should probably just quit. This is HR telling me to quit. I was livid, because you could tell. You could tell. Oh, you worked here, and the tone changes. So when HR is telling you should just quit, right? Horrible. That job turned into a really good community family feel of a corporation to a corporate conglomerate that tries to, again, the most raise you can get now in a year is like 40 cents. At least that was the last time I heard it. It used to be $1 every 6 months, right? Imagine that. So they changed that. They changed the whole thing, and it's still better than Walmart. That's their Costco. That's they'll tell you in the bulletins. It's still better than Costco. It's still better than Walmart. They only pay this. Okay, right? Terrible, because that's the bar, right? The Walmart version of things, where they have half their employees, not half, they have employees on food stamps, and that's part of the plan. Hey, we're going to pay you this much and schedule these hours, and this way, here's how you go apply for assistance. And it's part of their business model, right? Terrible. So that's what happened. And I'm like done with it. And I've always just pursued my own goals regardless since then. Then got a job as a radio DJ. Hey, dream job at a company I can go. I want this thing to grow. I'm a radio DJ. Freelance jobs. Hey, great. I love your school for children. I'll try and help this grow. Marketing job. Okay, at least I'm doing my art and creative design, because that's my point. I want a job doing what my vocation is to be. That's the point. Because if you're spending 40 hours a week doing something, it's got to be something you really care about. And that's why I went to school, trained myself, pursued this my whole life. I'm not saying I deserve a thing. I'm saying I am earning it with every minute of my life since I'm 10 years old that I've been trying to get something that makes sense to me. One of my favorite reasons about being a paperboy was, hey, you're a paperboy. It's so funny. Okay. Right. Trader Joe's is the same reason why you refuse to work a normal job. There you go. Exactly right. Because they'll just wring it out of you. Okay. See? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But that's it. You know, I've got my measurement, and here's the other thing. All this stuff that I've been doing, just like April, where she's doing what she does, I'm sure she works 80 hours a week. I know I work 80 hours a week, but it's a different type of work. Time flies. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Time flies when you're doing the thing that you love the absolute most, that you can't believe it, as opposed to 2 hours at Trader Joe's, which feels like 6. And then remember, you only have a 30-minute lunch break in this state. Okay? Pathetic. Pathetic. So that's what it's about. That's freedom. That's what all of this is because you're trying to make your life what it needs to be and not live someone else's BS. Some of the old thing is people say, oh, I made this much at my job, and you got to tell them. You tell these boomers and people that are all brr, brr, brr. And I'm like, how much did your boss make? How much did you make for your boss? What does he make? What's he make? Oh, yeah, right. Means you're $50,000 a year, you're $55,000 a year, and that's before taxes. Doesn't seem like much. What's that boss make? Oh, right, he's got $7.9 million, right? Great, good job. You've made him a lot more money, a lot more than you have. In fact, you made a sliver of what that guy made and what you made him. So good luck, and that's how I look at it. These people don't make money for themselves. They make money for their corporate masters, right? And they get a taste. I'm at least my own boss, my own hours. Look at my hours that I make. Look at the fun I get to do with my job. I get to talk to my friends. Get to take a break when I want. As long as you make it work. And that's what you got to do. And that's the point, right? If you're doing something you love, you never work a day in your life? Yeah, because you'd be doing it regardless. Answer this question. We've asked this on the stream before. If you won the lottery, right? If you did it, there you go. You have the money. Not even won the lottery. Let's not even worry about it. You don't need money. Lieutenant Dan has invested your money into Apple. So now money, you don't have to worry about it, which is great because that's one less thing. So there's Forrest Gump for you. Okay? So you now don't have to worry about money. You wake up, what do you do? So it doesn't have to be the first day because the first day is fun. The second day is fine too. You're going to do all these crazy things now. Sure. Travel. Sure. What are you going to do though? Because travel isn't a thing really. Now you're in a place. Right? You're going to look at all things in the place? Sure. I'm going to get a beach house. Okay, you're at the beach house. It's a year later. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? You know what I would do? I would draw. Yep, that's all I would do. I'd draw. I'd make comics. I'd make stories. I'd entertain. I'd make funny videos. That's what I would do. I know that's what I would do. Right? And I'd travel. And I'd buy more expensive stuff to make drawings and to make videos. I'd hire people to help me with drawings. I'd hire people to help me make fun videos. That's what I would do. So again, it's kind of like you open your own company to a degree. Yeah, the Frank Makes Funny Videos company. That's exactly right. Like, that's what I would do. That doesn't mean I make commercials for people. It would be whatever. I'm going to make my funny videos, my funny things. Oh, we need to make a zombie thing. Let's hire people. I need to hire 40 zombies. I have money. I can pay 40 extras to be zombies. I can pay someone to do zombie makeup and pay for it. That's what I would do with that. I'd wake up every day and I would draw, read, and make funny videos. That's what I would do with my time. So what would you do if you had the money? Because it really just means you have free time. All I really mean is you have free time. But again, you can't have the loose concept. And again, it's a weird catch-22 because, if I want, it's $2 million, I would this. I more mean, it's more like you have unlimited time. You don't have to have a job. Okay, we now live in society's changed. Money doesn't mean a thing, and you don't have to have a job or whatever it is. You don't have to have a job. Okay, what do you do with your time? How would you spend your time? I know that I'm doing what I would do. Okay, it would be constantly help people as I try to just help people, right? But I would be trying to make my books, probably about helping people, make more drawings, make more cartoons, hire people to help me get to the next steps of my dreams or to make my dreams that much bigger. That's what it would be. And those are my dreams. This is the sad thing about some people. They don't actually have dreams. They somehow made it in this life as such a commercial, consumer, whatever. They get to a certain age and they are just a... And then I applied for a job and now I work at the carpet store. And then that was it. And as much as I complained about the carpet store and I complained about whatever, I never left the carpet store. I was never brave enough. Never pursued whatever. You're Al Bundy. Remember, that's the joke, isn't it? That's what that whole joke is. It's Mr. Spacely, right? We're all supposed to have our boss that we hate and the old ball and chain at home, and you're actually just pretty miserable and you go through the motions because that's what they want you to do. They want the default setting to be, right? I'm just miserable. I'm just tired. I'm supposed to accept that I hate my boss. I'm supposed to accept that I'm not supposed to love my job. I'm supposed to accept that, you don't have to be in love to find someone. You just got to settle down. It's called settling, isn't it? Right? I'm glad I'm single at 40. Never thought I'd say that, but I'm glad I didn't settle for some of the maniacs in my past. Oh my God. My mom will sometimes bring up, okay, I'll read this thing in 2 seconds. My mom will sometimes bring up, I just can't believe you never met. I just can't believe, because it bothers her, because she wants a grandchild, or she wants whatever, right? And I go, which one? Which one of them would you have liked me to wind up with? Which one? She goes, oh, right. Yep. Not a lot of quality folks in my past. And even if they were, it ended pretty unquality by them. So, not the best. I'm like, yeah, which one? Which one would you have liked out of the flock? Yeah, good point. Yeah. Not the best. It's hard. It's hard. So some people can never understand the dreamers because they've never dreamt. That's why it's like you're speaking a completely different language. Okay? Some people can never understand the dreamers and they want to be crushed like them since they couldn't find it in themselves to rise above. 100%. Misery loves company. It's the fact that they think you're stupid for even trying. Okay? No one believes you. No one believes you because they don't believe in themselves. Only fools rush in. Only a fool would go after that sort of thing. Wow, he's either brave or crazy, right? All of these cliches and tropes exist because of these things and because of these reasons. So that's a lot of it. That's a lot of it. It's a lot of the reason why people's default setting is just like, well, yeah, it's supposed to suck. You give up, it's supposed to suck. No. And the ones that make it are always just this diamond in the rough. Owning a food truck is not the most insane goal. It doesn't even take much. By the way, do you know how I was also able to make it with what I'm doing? Because when I went to set out to do the comic book mobile, I just went to the bank and applied. I dressed nice, went to the bank and applied for a loan like an adult. Do you know that when on top of the other money, on top of the 401k, how many people couldn't even fathom or think about that because they think like children? And I'm like, go get a loan. You're an adult. You want a loan to chase your business, to try doing this? Go get some money from someone that you have to pay back. Lots of places will give it to you. You should qualify for a loan if you've paid for some college. If you have a credit card that you didn't max out and get default on, you should be able to get a loan. Go get a loan. If you believe in your business, you believe in yourself, you're trying to chase this thing, and you know that you're not going to just, oh, I gambled it. Whoops. I got 20 grand in my bank account, and I saw that and said, I have a lot. I can just this, I can just that. I can take a trip with it. I can do that. No. So don't waste it. Don't let your shortcomings get in the way. I beat my shopaholic. I was a shopaholic. I beat it. Okay? Even just buying this new computer and some of this equipment was very difficult for me because I had to beat being a shopaholic. All right? If I'd gotten that money younger, would have wasted some of that money. For sure. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to invest in yourself. Right? And money is a way that you invest in yourself. But more than anything, time is money and time is what you invest in yourself. And that's what people don't take the time to do. They want to look buff, but they don't want to go to the gym. But boy, they will feel crummy about not looking buff all the time. And I'm like, you should probably let yourself off the hook because you're not even trying to look buff. So you're not failing at it, right? right. Take that off the goal list because you're not even shooting for that goal. We would all love to be perfectly thin and muscular, but if you're not doing one thing about it, don't look at it as a fallback. Because I could stand to lose some pounds. What's the secret? Sit-ups. I'm telling myself that 20-something years, right? Still haven't figured it out. Should I feel bad that I know? Oh. What's the cure? Sit-ups. Thank you. Just do them. Oh, I didn't do them. I'm not going to beat myself up over this, right? Oh, I guess I got kind of a belly, right? Thank God for that bottom thing right there. That's the best. But that's the point. Whereas I used to think I'm the worst. I'm not doing anything about it. Well, what's the point of those feelings then, right? Right. Whew. Speaking of feelings, I'm full of them. But I'm also full of a lot, apparently, so I'm done being a motor mouth for the night, okay? This was awesome. I love you guys, and thanks for hanging out. And thanks for lurking. It's important, okay? It's important to lurk. So that said, why don't we do something? Because it's just a few of us, right? I'm going to go lurk right now. Why don't we do our first raid, and let's go see if Ray is doing his thing, okay? Now, I don't know how to raid. So, Hikoko, do you know how to raid on this? Because I could look it up. Right? How to raid on Twitch. Because I don't even know where to look. How to use raids. Okay? So, how do raids work? Starting a raid. As a creator, okay. Start a raid, type raid, followed by the name of the channel you want to raid. Okay. So that's easy. After you type raid, you'll see a pinned chat message with a countdown. And after 10 seconds, you can click raid now. All right, let's go give it a shot. All right, so let's do it. Thank you, April. Let's go raid him for a minute. April, I don't know if you'll be able to raid because you're on Facebook, but you might. Let's see. So hang out. And then again, you don't got to stay around for long if you want, but just go say hi to him, blast him up, and then we can dip out on it. So I don't know. So April, you might come, you might not. But Hikoko, let's go raid my buddy who joined us yesterday, who you saw like is the best, and let's see if it works. So let me see this. So ARAID, right? Or what do I got to do? Let's go type it. So here's what it is. Mirror this. All right. So to raid, you type the slash in the thing, slash RAID, message that, and then I'm gonna write RAYSAFAN. And I hope that works, but I don't know if he's actually streaming, so let's go look. And that's what I mean, like, how do you actually look to see if that person's streaming? I can look on, no, I'd have to look on Twitch. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm sure there's a way to do that, twitch.tv, right? So let's see who's up. Who's up? Cutting Ink's up, I watched him, Petey's up, I watched him raise a fan, there we go. So, raise a fan, he's playing Mortal Kombat 11, fantastic. All right, let's go raise a fan. Okay, so I've done that. There we go. See, 1 viewer. So, okay. April, 2 viewers already. Okay, there we go. So maybe April, you come with us. Maybe not. We're going to see. Let's go do it. This was a great stream. I love you guys for hanging out. Toot, toot. I love it the most. We'll be doing, the channel has a follower or a subscriber, only chat. Yada, yada, yada. Let's go do it. I'm about to hit raid now. We're going to see what happens. Thanks for hanging out. I think I'll be back tomorrow. I know I'll be back tomorrow. And we're going to have a fun radio show. So let's do it. Toot, toot. Let's make a big scene and get loud on his chat. Let's go get him. Woo! I love it. Raiding things. So I hit it. It's refreshing my chat thing a bit. It says, welcome to the chat room. Right? I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on because I don't know if we're even over there at all. This is this because I didn't end my stream now. So let me end my stream now and I'll see.